How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Big Six. Unfortunately, there's not six of us here yet. One is running late, so we are waiting for that one to come in. As you can see, you know who it is already, but he is on the way, people. He said 9:10. We waited till 11 past. He's still not here, so we'll wait for him as we go live. But make sure you guys subscribe to the Mandem. And by the Mandem, we have one of the originals back, Big Steve, in the building. Big Steve, what are you telling me, my guy?
I'm all right, man. You? Yeah, I'm good.
All good, man. All good. We missed you, man.
Football's coming home, man. Football's coming home.
Me and
SAEED have been raving every England game down in Manchester. I tell you, man. We're on the vibe now.
Man.
You like
Listen, man, you never know, man. France, Carl Walker speaking the talk today.
Bro, his voice he's talking a lot of smack. Man. He's like, yo, it's like I'm getting quite pumped to listening to him when he spoke. I said, okay, it's do or die. Okay, let's see what happens. It's looking interesting now. So he's not rolling out the red carpet. The only thing is now is that if Mbappe does score now, that's a meme waiting to happen. Do you know what I mean? So he needs to make sure he actually keeps him quiet now.
They've got to worry about us, man. Like I said, don't get me wrong, Mbappe, but listen, we've got firepower as well, man. Jude Bellingham, listen, he's different for England, mate. He's carrying us, man. So big up to Jude Bellingham. We've got our own quality. As much as France are good, I think for me they've been a team of the tournament. If I'm being honest, with closely by Brazil. But France are good, but I think we can show what we got, man. So if it's going to be an even matchup, man, just have to stop Mbappe, which is easier said than done, innit? You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, listen, we're going to pause the World Cup talk, put it on hold, because we're going to start first and foremost by telling the people to hit the like button, get it up to 1,000 nice and early, people, because it took us ages to get to 1,000 last show. I think it didn't get to 1,000 until about 5 minutes towards the end. So let's make sure it gets to 1,000, really 2,000 by the time the show ends. There's already 1.5K here. And there is Premier League news, Big Six news that we're going to touch in on first as the priority, as usual, people. But it's been a little while. Big Steve hasn't been on the channel, so make sure you go into the description and follow Big Steve's channel. He's still doing content there, so make sure you look out for that. Put the notification bell on. And as always, SAEED, GRIZZ, MATISSE. TOBS' channel is there, but until he comes on, don't subscribe, man. Wait for him to come on, and then you can do that. Hit the like button and support the sponsors, people. Manscaped, 20% off. Code TB620 for 20% off. Use that code or hit the link in the description. I'm going to put it in the chat as well. I'm also going to put something in the chat asking you guys how much you want to see a watch along with the World Cup finals round the corner. And we've been talking as a collective and we've been saying, why not test the waters with a watch along for the World Cup final? Get all 6 of us together in person, not via StreamYard, in person, to do a watch along for the World Cup final, but only if it's something you guys want to see. I've been talking to Manscaped. It's something they want us to do. So make sure you support the sponsors, but at the same time, let us know. I'm going to put a poll in the chat shortly. You vote for it. It'll be on the official channel. Obviously, the numbers on the official channel aren't quite up to this channel yet, because it will surpass this channel, and I hope it surpasses many channels out there. It is the official channel. It is the channel that's going to get going. Well, it's already got going, but it's really.
I can't lie, Turkish. If we do an England World Cup final watch along, and England win the World Cup, I will shave my bollocks live on TV with a Manscaped lawnmower 4000. Don't get better than that, mate, because I won't give a shit. Does England win the World Cup?
No, you can't get down.
And that's it. I'll have clean shaven gonads and we're the world champions.
Calma.
Steve, it can get better than that, Steve. We get Toby to shave your bollocks off.
I know he will enjoy that, so I don't want to do that, but I'll do it myself. I'll have the England face paint on. I'll be running around with shiny gonads and the World Cup in my hand. I'll be buzzing off that. No problem.
I don't know what YouTube would think about that and the audience. I don't know if that would lock us off, but I don't know if people want to see it. I guess
it's only the same. It's only the same as Ty, isn't it? Shaving them little grapefruits. Mine are just the same.
Steve's hilarious.
As the chat says, pause.
That's hilarious.
It would be mad. But yeah, I mean, if they get past France, then listen. If they get past France, you cannot discount them. It's like France is the big test because they're the holders. They have Mbappe. That is the be all and end all. You get through that, and I won't I won't doubt them from that point on. I'll be like, all right, you know what? Fair enough. I think we'll see. You guys go and do your thing, man. Even Southgate, clearly you know better. You know what you're doing. Go roll with it, man. If you beat France, that's a big accomplishment. I don't want to see excuses after. It's it's not, a few injuries. No, this is France. They're a proper team. If they beat France, that's not what I expect. So if they do that, that's full of praise for them. Full of praise.
Tobes, what are you saying, man? Apparently, a 5-point deduction's on the card.
5-point deduction, man.
Impossible. No way.
Listen, the chat said it, man. Not us.
No, the chat didn't say shit. It's you that was chatting rubbish about
5-point deduction, guys.
You're mad.
No.
You're mad. You see me at the top, and now you want to tear me down.
It's an unfamiliar feeling.
You're mad.
5 points harsh. And I don't know why you're saying you're all coyly and shyly, like, you know what I mean? You're all like, I'm a romanced here. So I'd say probably like a man, innit? Man up here. Like, not 5 points. Like, 5 points is too much, but 3-point deduction is.
Well, listen, I'm with what the chat said.
I'm not accepting any deduction. And if anyone has an issue with it,
we're a professional outfit here.
If anyone has an issue with it, you're gonna see me tomorrow. So
I knew he was gonna pull that card.
Wait, Turkish. We need that video. You know that video where Toby's boxing on holiday.
That wasn't me.
Every time he acts like a hard man, we need to play that video here.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Listen, I'm always in the ring, me, Toes. We can have it, man. If you want it, in the ring, man. I can have it, man. You know what I mean? 3 rounds. We'll do it, man.
Okay, cool. You got the last 1 round, so that's that. So there you go then.
Listen, Toes, I'm coming for you, man. I just went to my first gym session in over 2 years, man. We're coming for you.
All right, cool.
He said make it 3 rounds, and I've got you.
Say that.
Big up, Tobes. Now you can subscribe to Tobes, people. He's here. I told you he's running a bit late. Now make sure you go in the description, subscribe to Tobes too, as well as the rest. But listen, the votes are heavily in the yes favor for the World Cup final watch along. There's already nearly 800 votes there. Please continue voting. But listen, I want to see those numbers on the watch along. If you do vote yes, it's on the official channel. So make sure you're subscribed to the official channel. It's not going to be on this channel. So if you're not subscribed to the official channel, that is also in the description. Make sure you subscribe there. Notification bell on. World Cup final watch along. Look out for that. But like Tobe said, we're all linking up tomorrow and into Friday as well. We're going to be recording other bits of content. We're going to finish off the top 6 strikers of the Premier League era, and then we're going to start on the top 6 goalkeepers of all time, not just Premier League. Defenders, fullbacks, centre mids, attacking mids, wingers, forwards, all of that. No holds barred, no Premier League, everything included. So make sure you're subscribed and you look out for all the content because it is coming thick and fast. Listen, we've already started discussing England and the World Cup, and that's why it's good having Steve on as well because he can give his thoughts. But before we do that, like I said, there's Premier League news, and it's not the news I want to be bringing as an Arsenal fan, and it's the news that I assume all of you know about already. GRIZZ, you're all good, by the way. I just see a question in the private chat. You're all good, my guy. But Gabriel Jesus, it seems like he's out for 3-4 months. He's had knee surgery.
Frozen.
Oh,
he's not all right.
He's frozen there, or he's having a stroke.
It's quite a good freeze frame. So
no, that's mad.
There you go.
It's one of his sources that said, "Yo, Jude Bellingham, it's not happening."
I still can't believe Turkish at halftime ducked the spin the wall on Dior, man.
I've ducked.
What happened?
We in Dior with the watch-alongs for the
with the halftime
spin the wheel. Yeah. I've been out there putting my life on the line. You know what I'm saying, shamelessly, and then Turkish just disappears to the toilet for 15 minutes. Like, what's going on? I thought we were all one big family. Man,
you know what? Turkish loves Turkish loves a toilet break.
Listen,
I couldn't believe it.
You've been putting your life on the line. What do you want me to put my life on the line with you? I'm good, my guy.
100%. Why not?
I'm all right. I see you singing Silent Night the other day. That's been forwarded to THUGGEry already.
That's ridiculous. What were you playing at?
Bro, what do you mean?
You heard what I meant. What were you playing at?
I wasn't playing for me. It was serious game.
Well, it sounded like a joke. So,
well, can you sing?
No, I can't sing. So that's why I'm asking you. What were you playing at?
No. You want to criticize? We'll have a sing off tomorrow.
So what? You want a FIFA off? You want to sing off?
Yes, FIFA and Saeed boxing you as well. You got a lot on your plate. You know, you got a boxing match. You got a FIFA match that you keep ducking, and now you got a sing off. It's long.
Man said keep ducking. I beat you.
Next thing you know, we'll be in the gym, see who can lift the heaviest from it. Will be long.
For everyone who keeps saying that, Matisse just said I keep ducking. I invited him to play when I was on my PlayStation on Sunday.
No. I want it in public. GRIZZ has to be there. Commentary, the whole thing.
That's fine. We can do whatever you want.
Your demolition has to be public.
We can do whatever you want. We're gonna be. You know what? Let's save it. We're gonna be in person tomorrow, and the Insta lives are gonna be back. Steve knows what I'm talking about. Saeed knows what I'm talking about. So the Insta lives are gonna be back tomorrow. So then we'll see what's what. We'll see what's what.
Why don't I know what you're talking about? Why don't I know?
You bust out already, isn't it?
I think it's got to be Turkish Insta live on the big.
You bust out already.
I'm staying tomorrow
night.
No, I'm saying before you bust you
because he wants to say FIFA.
You left.
No, I'm staying tomorrow. We're together tomorrow.
All right,
It's all nighter. It's all nighter.
All nighter.
Matisse, don't bring your pajamas, innit?
Yeah. I already packed my packed lunch, my Capri Suns and fruit shoots already packed up.
Let me tell you this though: if Toby comes out of that bedroom with that dressing gown, I'm getting the fuck out of there, mate. I'm not listening to them tunes he puts on the Club Tropicana and all that. I'm not having none of that. Not part of that.
Oh my God.
I plan to just give Toby a bunch of pina coladas, and then when he plays FIFA, he doesn't know left from right, man. That's the plan. I'm not gonna lie.
What's the sing off you're talking about though?
No, because remember I sang on DR, so that's what he's criticizing, isn't it? So I said if he can sing, then he can bring his voice, man. You know what I'm saying? If he's gonna criticize, but he said he doesn't want it. So listen.
Wow. Say no more. Say no more. I follow the Instagram people because we might be going live on Instagram tomorrow night. We are linking up. We are playing FIFA. So last time Steve put us live, and you seem to enjoy it. Whoever did tune in, I'm sure a few of you are here. We'll do that again tomorrow night after we record some content before Friday, where we're going to record some more content as well. Yeah, look, here is one that was live that night. Funnily enough, Rondo. Didn't you pack TOBS on his own system? I did.
Pack.
Yeah,
Pack.
Me and Saeed have been improving, man. Apart from the Wolves performance.
I beat you once. You beat me twice.
Yeah,
that's packed.
Put the address on
a game of fine margins as well. Bruv, you're one of the. In fact, let me not because
he doesn't want to get clipped.
I'm not gonna get drawn out. I ain't gonna get drawn out.
Me and GRIZZ are getting on tomorrow. The battle of the old dudes. I'm slamming him tomorrow.
That's gonna be hilarious, man.
I was slamming people last time. I just couldn't finish. I was 1-on-1.
Yeah, you could have finished.
Just kept putting it
wide. Like me, man. I can't finish as well.
Wolves.
Yeah, but you was on career mode last night. Anyone that watched Saeed's career mode last night, I'll tell you what, he's the worst manager since Mike Bassett got the England job. I'll tell you what, I thought Stuart Pearce was bad.
I had to ring him.
He's the worst, mate.
Bro, we're 2 out of 3, man. It's calm.
No, that Wolves game, I had to ring him, man. I
got destroyed, man.
As an assistant manager, I couldn't let it run, man. I had to ring
him. We're learning, man. It's a learning curve, innit, man? You know what I'm saying? We're building nicely.
Spent all the dough. Roof's
I'm making some sales, man.
Shit, man.
I'm making some sales, man. Don't worry, man. You get me. Project SAEED TV is here, man.
I saw Turkish was playing today as well on AFTV. Everybody's getting their practice in, man. I need to play Turkish.
Yeah, man. We're doing that.
Yeah, I'm just in a semi-final of a tournament. That's all, really. Semi-finals. We'll
something
see.
Something light.
In my spare time, I just pick up the pad and I see what I can do.
People are saying Matisse is 19th in the league in the
That's
career,
a lie.
Man.
That's an outright lie, and I don't like liars, man. You guys, you need to.
Where are you then?
Bro, I'm like 4th or 5th, 6 points off the top. It's not that deep, and I'm playing on ultimate mode, by the way. Put some respect on my name. I'm playing ultimate mode. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with this conspiracy theories about 19th. I've never been 19th in my life, so I don't know what's going on. Crazy.
Listen, Big Six is also bringing FIFA content to you as well on the official channel. There's no plans yet to get it done, but we are talking about it and we are going to bring it 100%, and it will be soon because I think Matisse and Saeed have got it going already. So in terms of getting us started, one of those two will get us started with it, and it will be on the official channel. So look out for that, more content. The official channel is the Big Six channel. It started here, but it's gone over there now. This is going to stay here for now, but make sure you subscribe to the official channel because Extra is coming back as well. If you tuned into Extra a few weeks ago on this channel and enjoyed it, make sure you're subscribed to the official channel. Listen, we're 15 minutes in and we've just been bantering. That's the beauty of the Big Six. I can't even lie. I hope you guys are still enjoying the show out there because we haven't even discussed football yet. But yeah, Gabriel Jesus, big injury, 3-4 months out. Listen, a lot of people want me to, speak more on Arsenal and this and that. I speak so much on Arsenal that it's hard to continue doing it about the same subjects. But on Jesus, if you haven't heard my opinions already, it's peak. And I see a lot of people out there saying, Arsenal fans, as soon as one player is injured, the season's over. It's a big player for us. It's one of the players where it's in a position we lack depth. By that, I mean, okay, Eddie Nketiah got the new contract at the end of the last season, 100K, number 14 shirt. And I guess based off of that, these are the moments that contract was handed for. And it's up to Eddie Nketiah to hit the ground running because we're going to need it against West Ham, Brighton, Newcastle, Tottenham. I think that's our first 4 fixtures back. And moving forward, I doubt we do the business in January to bring in a striker. I really do doubt it. Even though I'd love a Felix. I don't know how realistic that is for us.
Good one.
Yeah, 140 million they want apparently.
Good one.
Is that out of their reach, Felix?
They can
yes, for the price.
Yeah, for the price, but for the price is out of everybody's reach, though.
How are they going to ask for 140 mil? They bought him for 100. He's not as valuable as they bought him for. So why would they ask for 140?
So are you talking about signing him in January?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Well, that's what I said. It's unlikely, but that is someone we should.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
It's not impossible.
It is impossible for you. It's impossible. You know how your club operates, and you know that they've got him on a death row contract. They're not going to sell him in January to you.
Yeah, but you also hear that obviously the wages he's on and the financial situation of Atletico might force them to do some sort of a deal. So look at the deal you done for Kulusevski last year, and I know Kulusevski
completely different. Completely different.
But an option to buy if the sum is big enough in the summer or in 2024, a year and a half, whatever. Some of these clubs are interested in that. So I don't think they can ask for 140 mil when they paid 107 or something for him initially. And then he hasn't really kicked on in terms of his value due to Simeone's system. I understand that. But I think Arsenal could go in with an offer of a loan with an option, an obligation.
That would be a smart one. Loan with the option. With it, I think obligation to buy. Probably.
For that, though. I think the thing is, Arsenal are pretty desperate. So if I'm Atletico Madrid director of football, I know that, and I'm going to hold out. And January is hard anyway for people to get players through the door. It is. People don't want to unsettle the teams. If you're going to have to go for a striker, I think that maybe fell out of love at his club somewhere, maybe his team are not going to get anywhere near. But then, is that really the striker you want? Will that be classed as a panic buy? It's tough at the minute for Arsenal. Like I say, they've had a great start. And Nketiah ain't the answer. They do need firepower, but you've got to spend it wisely, man. You can't just go in there and make a mistake and get someone. I don't know. It's tough. It's right. This is it. Edu's got to earn his gravy now, and he's got to earn his dough. So I mean, you do need someone. You're not winning a league with Eddie Nketiah. I
haven't watched much of Atletico this season, but Felix, stop me if I'm wrong. Maybe Tobes knows, but he's been on the bench quite often this season, no?
Yeah.
I've not really watched Atleti this season, so I can't comment.
He had a falling out with Simeone.
We played them twice last season, right? And the kid is so unbelievably talented, but he's got shackles on because Simeone plays him like a defender. He's not allowed to. He's just literally tucking in all the time. It was weird to see. I felt a bit sorry for him. He definitely needs to move out of there to get his career going. But like you say, this time in January, he's always been notoriously hard to get a player. And if they know you're desperate, clubs are going to play hard ball. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get someone.
It's time
you can't get Ivan Toney because he's obviously pending some sort of investigation. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what you guys think, but we were linked with him as well. Memphis Depay, you're gonna get it for 4 million. Listen, you might say that it's not the most glamorous signing, but for what you need, someone to hold up the ball, someone similar to Jesus, and that you can link with other players. I think that would be a shrewd signing. 4 million, still got qualities. I think he still called goals.
You know what they need though, SAEED? They need someone to press because Jesus, like I've said from day one, he's one of the best at pressing. And he's not all about goals. It's about his work rate. And that work rate that he's got, he's not scored in so many games, but the work rate, he's leading from the front by example. He's keeping the Arsenal team going. They're keeping the pressure on teams because Jesus is relentless. They need someone that's relentless. They need someone with a work rate. And there's not a lot of them players about.
You're right. There's not, but playing devil's advocate here with Nketiah, like that's one of the things that Nketiah actually does to a decent standard. Okay, it's not as good as Jesus is, but he is quite good at pressing and hassling the opposition, and leading the press from the off. But I just feel like with Arsenal, it was always a precarious situation, right? Everyone in their dog knew in the summer that they needed Jesus and another attacker, right? And like we can all sit here and say, we called this, but really and truly, injuries are part and parcel. And I think Arsenal, even if Jesus didn't get injured, you're going to be looking at your team anyway to see what you could do in January, right? So all Jesus' injury has done is sort of made it a necessity now. So now the onus is firmly on their board to see whether they're actually going to put their hands into their bank account and actually back the manager and bolster the team. I don't really think
might do a Pep Guardiola and play Saka up front, just change him into a striker and say press like foot.
But you know what, Martinelli is probably a better fit for that.
That's what I'm saying, because Pep adapted to it. Arteta's playing that Pep system, whether you like it or not. Sometimes when Aguero used to get injured and we were in the shit, we'd have to just adapt and he'd have to change position. And I think Arteta's been around Pep that many times. He's seen Pep change people to left backs, Zinchenko, things like that. He's seen players playing at false nines and stuff like that. He might just surprise everyone and say, look, Martinelli, you're going in there. And that might work, It might work.
I'm just looking at the hold. What Jesus gives you, does Martinelli give? He gives you the pressing, don't get me wrong. But does he give you the hold-up play, the link-up, that creating chance on his own?
This is a test. It's a test of Arteta and it's a test of Edu. They either go out, spend wisely, make a great signing, they go on and have a great season, or he drops the bag and fumbles it and it don't work, or Arteta says, no, we're not panic buying, we're going to change the system and wait for Jesus to get back. But listen, they're in a fantastic position. They've had a great start to the season. They deserve to be there. So you've got to be confident. One injury doesn't make your season. Shit happens. You just got to get on with it.
And my thing with this is, listen, the energy aspect. If Jesus hasn't scored a goal for Arsenal in like 2 months, and that obviously only tells half a story, because we know that he's making active contributions to this Arsenal team. We watch the games. We're seeing Jesus kill the opposition, put chances for others, and just be a pest for the teams that Arsenal are playing. But in terms of the goal scoring, he's not scored in like 2 months. So I think with Nketiah, listen, okay, it's a drop off. We all know it's a drop off, but I think Nketiah, if you give him the chances that Jesus has had in the last couple of weeks, I think he'll get some goals, man. Will he be the difference when you play these big sides? I don't think so. But if we're talking about coming in and scoring goals, I think he's going to score goals. He's going to do what he did last year. Arsenal are creating more chances than they did last year. Yeah. If the chances fall to Nketiah, he's going to score them. He's going to score the goals.
A lot of the extra chances created is down to Jesus when he drops. If you look at a lot of Jesus' chances and how the move started, he's a lot of the time he's the start of the move as well, even by winning.
I hear that, and that's what you're going to miss.
Yeah, and that's where I guess, listen, it hasn't, like you mentioned with the goals, Odegaard's our top scorer in the Premier League. He got a couple before the World Cup break, and Martinelli's got 4. I think Saka's got 5, if I'm not mistaken. So the goals have been spread around, but like TOBS said, it's the impact overall that we're going to miss. Eddie can bag. Towards the end of the season, he bagged a few goals, and that's what got him the contract. But all round, it doesn't. And listen, this means we're one knock away from what? Because I don't know what's next after Eddie. If Eddie picks up a knock, now we've got FA Cup, Premier League, the Europa League group knockout stages coming. If Eddie picks up a knock, what's next?
Mudryk. What's the latest with Mudryk?
Well, the thing is, I like the look of Mudryk. I like that we're linked. I like the price that's being touted for him. And if there is a chance to get him in January, get him. But I'm not a fan of, like, even with Gakpo, I know a lot of people say he can play up front, but predominantly his best position is on the wing. I don't think we're in a position to get another winger that can play forward. if that can play striker, if that makes sense. Because when Jesus comes back, I'd like the option of a striker that's actually a striker, one that lurks in and around the box, in and around the 6-yard box, and so on, that can get on the end of chances. Otherwise, it's like for like for like. I'm not saying Eddie's like Jesus, but he's not bringing something different to Jesus. And you know what? I guess, listen, we're top of the league. We're 5 points clear at the top. I know a lot of us ran away with, the position that we're in. But the reality is, I kept on saying here, I think Matisse was the last to ask me that, what are Arsenal going to do this season? And I said February, asked me that again because of January. I wanted to see what we do in January. Now with the Jesus injury, I just, a title challenge is off the cards. It's not the end of the world. A lot of people might say, one injury sent. It's not the end of the world because a title challenge, in my opinion, wasn't on the cards at the start of the season. We're in a great top 4. I think we've done enough to secure top 4. I don't know how you'd agree. You missed the opening bit. Jesus injury. How do you think that impacts Arsenal in terms of moving forward now?
It's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. Like Steve said, you can either jumble about and play different formations like Pep does in those kind of situations, like Martinelli can play there. You can go to Nketiah or rely on Nketiah. That's the problem. I think you can recall Balogun as well or something. What's his name? You're allowed to recall him in January?
Well, people are saying to recall him. Nothing's been made official about whether we can, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to have to be dipping into the market. I mean, is it confirmed 3 months first and foremost? Because if there's 3 months,
several.
But it's several.
Several. Yeah, several. So where you guys were probably looking to get a midfielder in, I think most of you guys were saying, "No, we need to get a midfielder in." I think plans can be changed and have to be aborted. I think you guys need a striker, man, like a striker, not like a muddle around with the system and play Saka there or Martinelli there. Even though Martinelli can play there, saying that, it could play there because Smith Rowe's back to fitness, right? So you could go Smith Rowe back on the left and put Martinelli through the middle, who's got a similar profile to Gabriel Jesus. He does work hard. He's probably not. Obviously, his hold-up play is not a patch on Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, that's the problem. So I think you may have to go into the market, man.
Last year when February came by and we didn't bring a striker in, we lost Oba and we was left with Lacazette and Eddie. Arteta was asked about it, and Arteta, he chose to say or insinuate that Emile Smith-Rowe can play false 9. He didn't actually mention Martinelli. So I guess if there is someone in mind to play a false 9 in his absence, Emile Smith-Rowe is probably going to be the go-to guy if we don't bring in someone. Now, someone in the chat said if we bring in Mudryk, then Martinelli can move up top. Yes, 100%. But I don't know if that works.
You're asking a forward, a fresh young forward to step into the Premier League, the heat of the battle, and get adjusted straight away. We know from all our clubs' records and whatnot, it's not as easy as that, especially for a forward to get into the pace of things. It's a little bit different for a defender, even maybe a midfielder, but for an attacker, it takes a few months at least. So that would be a risk for me, I think.
He would have to come and do some Kulusevski impact. A lot of people are saying Ivan Toney, but with this betting situation, do you really want to sign a player?
He's dusted.
Do you really want to sign a player that's going to be banned?
He's done.
For over a year. He might be fine for the rest of the season because it would take time for everything to process, but he could be banned for a year. So you can't slap down those 60. I mean, Brentford now in a weird position. You can't slap down big money for Ivan Toney in his current.
Or what's your loan options? There must be some decent loans out there.
Well, Saeed mentioned Depay. I think Depay is the best option for me personally.
That's what I said.
Because even if you get Depay, you could still actually get someone else because Depay can play out wide, but Depay could interchange with Martinelli if he's not pressing, hard enough. He could just at least give you another option. He doesn't even have to be the only person you bring in, but he's experienced. He's a good finisher. He's technically good enough. I think Depay is a good option, personally.
How about Choupo-Moting?
What about Ronaldo? What about Ronaldo? You know what I'm saying?
Steve, how about Choupo-Moting? Isn't that option?
That made my day. That made so far on Twitter. I've seen no, but he's beat that today. I seen Pulisic. He put Pulisic on loan ? So I laughed at that. Then he put Choupo-Moting in January. Anyone? And then today I've seen Felix. Can we do it? It's like what the fuck is he thinking there, man?
Listen,
So
you never know,
rude.
man. We're just, we're creating debates, man. You know what someone said though? Someone said in the chat here, bring Aubameyang back on loan.
Fuck off.
Imagine that, Aubameyang could also resorting back to bring Aubameyang, but that would never.
But Turkish.
Now, promoting. Don't change the subject. I wanted another thing to ask you about as well. In the last Euros or whatever it was, you was Danish. You've not fucking mentioned Denmark this competition. You know what I mean? Remember the Somalian Viking? Remember the Somalian Viking? Now Denmark is shit. He's changed nationality. Now he's English.
Denmark. If you actually watch the Stove, Steve, we actually did mention Denmark, and they flopped me. Don't get me wrong, man. They're a poor team, man. They're just no striker, no nothing, man. That's
but you're not welcome in Denmark anymore, man. Them Viking guys, they're
we're still there, man. We got the Danish in us, man. We got the Danish in us. You feel me?
But back to Arsenal. Back to Arsenal though. There is like like people are mentioning Zaha and all this kind of thing.
Go for Ramos at Benfica. If you're really gonna put money down, go for Ramos.
No. You're talking. No chance. These guys are gonna wait until summer, like price wise. They're not going to sell them only striker left now at their club after they sold Nunes.
That's the point I'm making.
But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing to keep an eye out. The situation at Juve, people. What do you guys thinking? Are Juve in the mud? Are Juve in the shits?
I hope so.
Yeah. So
saying Vlahovic.
So do you reckon Juve gonna have to?
Did you see what Xhaka did to Serbia in the group stage?
Yeah. See that? That's a mad thing.
Stop that. Yeah, stop that.
I don't think it's happening. Yeah,
wake up. Yeah.
I had to be reminded of that because Vlahovic or Felix would have been my options, but Vlahovic is out of there now, considering.
Not Felix. You got too many of those. You know what I mean by tippy-tappy players. You got too many of those.
Abu Bakr plays for Cameroon.
Hey, has Man City got any? Because you got good links with Man City. Only young players on loan.
No one left for Man City.
No,
but it's true. It's a loan job. Like a main striker.
Brother, Arsenal are in a title race with City, and you want Arsenal to go to City
and ask for help again. Too many favors that could bite us on the ass. That's not going to happen. We're not doing any more of them favors now.
Yeah, Depay makes sense. Depay is the only one that makes sense then. Yeah, Depay is the only one that makes sense, I'd say.
Somebody mentioned in the chat before Briel and Bolo. Now Briel's he's an
Monaco.
He might you don't know.
Just died from Monaco, didn't he?
And I tell you that the Japanese kid up front, I don't know who he is. He looks about 50 with a bald head. He was. I've never seen anyone run like him. He was literally pressing the hell out of everyone the other day. So he might be an option. In fact, I hope we sign nobody, mate, because obviously I think they're going to bottle it, but it is what it is.
Who was that Japanese player then with the bald head?
He looks like you, Chris. Yeah, he looks like you.
I know he does.
I tell you, that guy did not stop running. He was literally crazy. I don't know how old he is. I don't know anything about him, but I watched him and I thought, anyone needs someone to press. This guy's the press, man.
He's old. Yeah, wow. He's old. Maida.
He didn't stop running in, man.
None of them did, mate. I don't know if you've talked about them or no. I'm sure you haven't yet.
No. Yeah. Well, probably Horizon.
Tammy Abraham.
Dead.
Marino.
That's what they need. I'm telling you. Hello. Trust me, innit? Trust me. That's what they need.
And I'm not saying Tammy Abraham is dead. I'm saying that's a dead alternative.
You'd be better off going to Leicester and giving them 10 million for Jamie Vardy, getting him for a season.
Actually, they've got a couple of strikers they're not using. Patson Daka's not really on the scene.
What's Arsenal trying to do here? Daka, you're on the sabotage thing. I've clocked you. You're actually on sabotage. You're on sabotage.
Bro, we got to finish it, bro. We got to finish it.
You're on the sabotage thing. You're not looking out for your Guna friends anymore.
No, I've switched.
Let Iheanacho, man.
Disrespectful now.
Can't stand Iheanacho.
Getting very disrespectful.
What's wrong with Iheanacho? Is it because he's Nigerian?
Huh? No, he's a rubbish striker.
Bro, listen, if you're going to go to
these... Is that why you can't stand Grizz? No, I want Grizz to answer the question. Is it because he's Nigerian?
Who?
Iheanacho.
First of all, I don't know how you saying his name. I try say I don't know how to say his name. So first, you're disrespecting me there, right? And secondly, he's got nothing, man. Come on, I'm a man of culture here. You're telling me because I'm not culture man. Call me culture man.
Chatting to a frenzy. That's why.
Call me culture man from now on. You know what I mean? I'm culture man. My Nigerian brother. Come on, man. He's just shit. He's just shit. I don't care what race he is. It could be from the
He ain't
North
shit,
Pole.
but he's just
he's shit. He's
he
shit.
don't have intensity, man. You don't play with intensity.
And Arsenal all about him,
in the same bucket anyway.
But who?
Yeah, Nacho and Abraham.
I think Abraham is more reliable than Nacho.
Yeah,
Abraham's better, man. No, I tell you why you need Abraham.
But Abraham, he's just.
Abraham's got that link-up play that Gabriel Jesus is bringing you. Gabriel Jesus ain't bringing you low goals.
I don't think he does.
Not as good.
Nowhere near as good.
Yeah. Of course not. But beggars can't be choosers in January, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, with the names that you guys are pulling out, you may as well just stick with Nketiah. Like, these are not upgrades. These are not good enough players to keep them.
Borja. Give them Borja.
The whole point is the whole point of bringing in a striker, right, is to try and keep yourselves in the title race. None of these players are keeping you in the title race, so you may as well.
Someone said a banger man on loan.
No, I didn't say that before.
You may as well just stick to the plan, stick to your targets.
Yeah, I think for me they'll probably wait until they see how January goes because it's still got a month in it. So I think they'll just assess it and then see whether Nketiah is up for it in it, whether he kind of starts off the season well, second half of the season well.
There's only one man that can save Arsenal, but it's a 50-50. It's either he'll shoot you to the title or he'll end it straight away. Balotelli.
Yeah.
That'll be some ride, man. We'll get Mario on a free.
Man.
Where does he play? Serie C?
2022.
Serie C, I think he plays for.
Get him in there, man. He just needs a bit of love.
No.
He plays in the Swiss Super League now.
Right, Balotelli's basically a walking corpse right now. He's
a journeyman.
He's
scoring 6 goals, man.
Unserious, man.
Journeyman is probably the right way to put it.
Moise Keane, that's a good shout.
He's still at Juve, or has he gone somewhere else?
Yeah, no one knows where he is. He plays about 3 clubs a season. Like no one knows.
Yeah,
like, how does he play for?
He suggestions.
Certain mans are saying he's still at Everton.
He's
suggestions. Wilfred Boney, man. Wilfred Boney's training with Newport County.
I think that would be a shout, bro. The Kudus would be a shout, yeah.
Playing through the middle, maybe like false 19.
That could work.
Liverpool want him, man.
Oh yeah, it's true. What Liverpool want, they get, man. So yeah, back off in that one. He's going Liverpool. Back off.
Don't worry, we're gonna touch on Liverpool. Let me get the super chats in because we're 37 minutes in. Hit the like button, people, if you haven't already. Jamal said, I just booked my flight for the Edwards Usman rematch. Will I be seeing you there, my guy? It's actually on my birthday, March the 18th. So 100%, as long as I can get tickets, I am there. Tobes, what are you saying?
For what?
Your Nigerian brothers fighting that night, Usman.
I don't really watch UFC, so yeah, not my phone.
But yeah,
I'll be cheering them on.
I'm gonna be there as long as I can get tickets, my guy. 100%.
Where is it? America?
No, in London.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, it's in London. I see Culture Cams in the chat. I trust your number 14. This ain't an excuse to let the league slip. Arsenal are favourites. Yeah, my guy. Take your bullshit elsewhere, man. Take your bullshit.
Tell them again. Facts. Cams
Make the big 6 extra before you bring out your bullshit, Cams. Okay. Big up the man. Them good to see you back, Steve. Also, who's your player of the tournament so far? We'll get into that. We're gonna touch on World Cup real soon. TBG, love for that. Matisse, check your DMs from G.AFC. I found your Brazilian twin. Also, I'm English.
Send me this.
I want to see this.
Oh, for God's sake! You see what you started.
God's sake. He said he's English, but come on, Morocco. Keep up the good work, lads. Come on, you gunners.
Come on, man.
Amen said, before the World Cup, people dismissed us when we have the best goalkeeper in La Liga last season, 2 solid centre-backs, 2 of the best right-backs, a quality ball-winning 6, Amrabat, talented Anu, how do you say that? Anahi, and Ziyech and Boufal for flair. Obviously, a Moroccan fan there. But listen, we're going to touch on Morocco for sure. As you can see, they're in the thumbnail and they are the surprise package in the quarterfinals. Big up the big 6, says JJ. Massive respect to Morocco, 100%. All Arabs, Africans, and Muslims are behind you. Make us proud. Kwame says Felix is an auxiliary player like James Rodriguez. Poor work rate off the ball. He's not intimidating on the ball. Also overhyped, in my opinion. Well, that's where I think Simeone's time comes in, and I think his work rate has 100% improved over the years, but he's out of favor.
100%. Yeah, man. You can't compare it to James Rodriguez's work rate, man. Felix is a very hard worker off the ball, man.
Yeah.
What game you watching, bro? Yeah, what game you watching, bro?
Yeah.
Like I said, what's all these doom and gloom from some Arsenal fans? Stick to the plan. Give me Mudryk, Danilo, and maybe Memphis on a 6-month loan. Will be fine. Boy, now you're hearing about this FFP shit. I don't know if you know if that's the plan, my guy. So we don't know what the plan is to be able to say, let's stick to plan. We can only assume what the plan is. Gabriel Jesus injured, says Bilal. No problem. Don Kroenke will be getting us Felix in January. Tobes, stop pocket watching. Karma.
They're calling him Don Kroenke now. Flipping hell, Jesus.
That's my boy
Christ.
Bilal. Yeah, that's my boy. Leave him alone. That's my boy
Jesus
Bilal.
Christ.
Protect him at all costs.
I agree. Talk to your boy though, because I don't like that. I don't like
Don
that.
Kroenke.
I shouldn't have even said it if I'm honest with you, but it is what it is.
Don Kroenke.
Christmas says Turkish. When you picking the Arsenal fan for Big Six Extra, you know I always tell you, man, you have the best show. But I can't lie. Get Curtis Shaw, and you have some competition. We have competition.
Ooh.
Curtis Shaw is definitely one of the candidates, as is Babs, as is Sharoy, as is Tosin as well. Let's not forget he was on Supporters Club the other day. So big up him for coming on. So we've got options. We've got options in the back pocket. Like I said, I'm going to start off the streams first few weeks, ideally, then pass it on to someone else, and then an Arsenal fan will slot in. But listen, I'm sure you'll love it regardless, people. Great show as always, says it's your boy Hamza, huge supporter. Question for GRIZZ: where did you get the Messi and R9 painting canvas from that was behind you in the previous show?
Bro, it's a sponsor of my channel, yourfutcard.com. Yourfutcard.com. Go over there and type in Red Fellas. You even get 15% discount. Don't say I don't look after you, brother.
There you go. There you go.
Community man, finally, community man.
Now, culture man today, culture man. Toby's rattled with a Nigerian shout, man. He rattled me, yeah.
Would anyone here take Musa? He's 19 and looks like a sick DM and can play on the wings. Tenacious player, nah?
We've been linked with him.
He don't even look like I don't think he is a DM, but he
looks a DM vibe from him either.
Yeah, he looks like he can do like a bunch of things. Really, he can dribble, can tackle, can drive with the ball. Yeah, got good feet. Yeah, he looks a good player, man.
Looks a good player. Ex-Arsenal player apparently as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm glad he left.
Battle Square Arsenal make a cheeky bid for Kane, give him a real chance to win a trophy.
Contract running out.
He's not biting yet.
He's not.
Relax. It's early. We got plenty of time to get up around. Relax.
Philippe, hope you're good, my guy. Newcastle fan in the chat. Big up, lads. Happy to see Big Steve back. Thanks for the great content. France would easily beat England. Alisson GRIZZ, what a player. New owners, question mark. We're going to touch in on GRIZZ shortly. Kevin says Zaha, Danilo, or Tillemans and be done with it. Zaha is on the last 6 months of his contract, as is Tillemans, my guy. But, you know, they're a creative aspect. It's not necessarily a put the ball in the back of the net aspect. And that's what I'm looking for, if I'm honest. So when Jesus comes back, we have that option as well. It's not easy, but we'll see what the Kroenkes and the club, what they're really on this season, because there's a massive opportunity there. We might not get a better opportunity. You know, Pep signed a new contract and you know, Man City are only going to get better than this season, considering it's somewhat a mini transition. So this is a chance to capitalize on, but will we? That's another question. All right, GRIZZ, thank you for all the super chats, people. Make sure you hit the like button, show some love, and make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel. It's been a little while. Show him some love. And SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, the rest of the crew, THUGGERY, the official channel, people. Let me just check the poll. Yes has got 89% votes. It's got 2,200 votes in the bank as well. So I'm hoping that let's take 10% off 2,200. We're talking about 1,950 people want to see it. So I'm hoping if we do it, which it is on schedule, then we're getting good numbers on there as well. But it is on the official channel. Just a quick reminder again. Zaha bangs goals, says Kevin. What do you mean? He bangs. I wouldn't say he bangs goals. He scores goals from a wide position, yeah, but I wouldn't say he bangs goals. It's a funny one, and really, you want to see him on the left cutting in with the ball. Same with Martinelli. That's what I want to see, him on the left dribbling, cutting in on the ball. So playing these guys up front, I'm not a big fan of it. I just want a traditional striker to come in. But yeah, GRIZZ, Bellingham. Any news? Owners? Any news? What's going on over your side?
No, nothing definitive. Just the usual.
Come on, Grizz. Come on.
Say it.
Because you arrived in the group chat saying, "Hey Jude, hey Jude." I said,
"Hey Jude."
I got the desired reaction.
No.
I got the desired reaction.
No,
I said something in the group WhatsApp and it went off. And then went off. And
why you lot on the chopping block? And
why you lot were reacting? I was having a cup of tea, custard creams, and looking forward to Jude in red. Me and Steve. Me and Steve got a little, not a bet, but like a little personal, friendly little side little, thing about Jude's going to City or Jude's going to Liverpool. And it's ongoing. We're sticking to our guns. He's adamant. But I know I said it from very early that he's not going Madrid. It's either us or City. And I think I told Steve that as well. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Madrid are going to blow both of them out the window." Water, I should say, blow them out the window. That'd be a bit fucking lots of glass and blood. But now, Madrid, yeah. So look, I rely on people that tell me bits, and they've told me that Jude is coming to Liverpool.
What's the price? Whatst the price? What's the
price?
Because I know you guys are a humble institution. You don't like to spend too much money. So how much are we talking, Grizz?
No. We're going to be rolling. We're going to be rolling soon as well, which is connected to the ownership as well. We're going to be rolling deep very soon. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I sense a little bit of hypocrisy because when SAEED was getting excited about the prospect of new owners a couple of weeks back, you told him to.
I clarified that, innit? You want me to go through it again when I'm sick? Like I'm sick.
I'm just saying.
I clarified that it's totally different scenario. People that want to know what happened, check out last week's show. We got World Cup chat, but I clarified the difference between Man United fans wanting their owners out and us not wanting us owners out. But the owners realizing that they've taken us as far as they can with the methods they use. Now they need deep pockets. They ain't got deep pockets.
How much?
So, but yeah, look, Jude. Yeah, I firmly believe he's going to be a Liverpool player. I'm sure Steve thinks otherwise, and I'm sure if you ask a Madrid fan, he thinks otherwise. Only time will tell.
Confident about it?
Very confident. Absolutely, very confident. Say again.
You didn't give us a price though. If you're confident, you must know a price.
Come on, man.
You must know some sort of money.
You're doing these ones. You're doing these ones for a different purpose, but I'm still backing it. I back it.
Okay, yeah, but give us a range. You don't have to give us.
I am. Of course, I don't know because I don't know the fucking real price. I'm not going to be the one who signs.
If you had to, in
the negotiations, I'd say, yeah. Pounds or euros because it's very important these days.
Euros
doesn't matter. Shock us.
No, come on, tell me
why.
Right, doesn't matter. We're in the UK, so let's talk pounds. Pounds. Yeah. I'd guess around between 90 to 110 million pound.
Woo!
Something in that range. 90 to 110 million pound.
Big money.
But as I said, that can be easily blown by PSG or Man City. They can blow us out the water with the fee. But the thing that I'm hoping will work in our favor is Jude's choice himself, and his families and his agents.
Jude's heart. You're looking for his heart.
Well, he's got Henderson round him every minute.
Yeah, I saw that little Henderson celebration. Yeah, Trent sharing it as well.
Henderson.
He's been busting jokes. He's been
around like a little lapdog. Hey, he's not going there. Shut up, man.
His dad or something.
Makes me sick.
That's why he celebrated like that.
I'm sure he's spending great time with Calvin Phillips in the squad as well. Carl Walker, John Stones. You know, you've got Man City people in there as well. So it's a happy group at the moment, the England camp, man. Don't be hating on Hendo, man. Hendo's captain. He's doing his bits, man. That's it. Everyone's doing their bits, man.
Who is he?
Who? Liverpool captain, isn't it?
I was about to say, yeah.
Wink, nudge.
Get it right.
Yo,
on a scale of 1 to 10, let's say
9.
9.
So basically, you're confident in it. It's happening then. Yeah,
I just
it's
said
happening. 9 is basically as good as done.
Yeah, because
until it signs on the dotted line, it can't be a 10, bro. Come on, you know this. We know this. I know this. Everyone knows this.
Steve, what about your song?
Can I get in on that wager, please? How much is the wager?
Me and Steve, that's private, man. Come on.
Okay, come on. Message me in private, innit?
Big dogs, man. Come on.
Yeah, must have been private.
He ain't going to Liverpool, trust me.
There you go.
Oh, trust me, bro. That's all.
Who broke the Haaland news 6 months before everyone else on City Extra? Yeah, who told you that? And everyone was in my DMs. Steve, please, is he coming? And I told you it was happening. And he ain't going Liverpool. That's all I need to say. Because he's had breakfast with Henderson one morning, it don't mean he's signing for Liverpool. Liverpool have got bigger problems than Jude Bellingham. Liverpool need to replace 5-6 players. They ain't going to go out and spunk it on Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham ain't going to be sat in that Liverpool midfield with Henderson. For the next 2 or 3 years. It's not going to happen, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm just having mad. Sorry, Steve.
No, Steve did. Steve did say Haaland. No, but the difference was Liverpool weren't in for Haaland. So this is the difference right now. Liverpool are in for Jude Bellingham.
What are you saying? That Liverpool knocked us harder than that Man City?
Big dogs. The big dogs are barking.
Free smoke. Free smoke. Hey,
you lot are violent, man. You lot are funny.
We got Aisha Speed. Brothers over here.
Smoky setting.
You make me believe that heritage shot.
but listen.
You only have to look at the league table to see what the Haaland signing did for the team that bought him. So it is what it is, isn't it? Look at it now. There's no point crying about it. Look where Liverpool are. Look where City are. Look what Haaland's doing. Remember, he was going to flop. Remember, the butcher was going to take his legs off. He was a flop. It literally, if he stopped playing today, he's still in the golden boot.
That was such an unnecessary straight.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. Listen, there's only one team in English football at the minute that players want to play for, innit? And it ain't fucking Liverpool. So just
that's
and does that not depend on Does that not depend on top 4 GRIZZ? Your place.
That is a tricky one.
Safe. It's not so.
I hear you. That's a tricky one. I hear you. But apparently,
why does he want to finish second every year to Man City? And be remembered for that when he can win the Premier League.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You know what I mean? We're a massive club. We're the biggest club in the Premier League. He's seen the trophy count.
Yeah, but he always finishes second, isn't it?
It's not. Yeah, but he wants to be that difference maker, innit? So fair play to him. Like Haaland, is he going to be your difference maker? Is he going to get you over the line in the Champions League? That's what you're targeting.
Maybe.
Bellingham's going to be our difference maker to catch up to you guys. So fair play. Look, as I said, you trust your sources. I trust my sources. Made a big dog. Being made the biggest dog.
This is like the sources derby now.
I'm here, you here. We are here.
I propose that we do something similar to
LeBron. We're the losers.
Remember when LeBron? I think it was when he signed for either the Heat or the Cavs, and Griezmann did it when he went back when he signed for Atletico Madrid, got a new contract. We need to do the decision special on the Big Six channel. I'm telling you, with GRIZZ and with Steve, when Bellingham finally decides who he's going to join, because that is going to pop off. Yeah.
No, because GRIZZ's arse will fall out about 6 weeks before the deal and say his source has come in and said the deal's broke down because his mum's had a change of heart or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, but look, who remembers in the group when Steve told us Salah's going to City? Do you guys all remember that? He goes, GRIZZ, I'm telling you now.
I actually don't remember that.
No, that was me trolling you, innit?
And I told everyone Salah's signing. And
you told us Mbappe was coming to Liverpool, mate, and that didn't happen.
No, I didn't. I said we're in for Mbappe, and it was proven because he admitted himself. I spoke to him.
This ITK life is stressful, isn't it?
You have got a reputation.
I'm taking some notes, man. You know what I mean?
You've got a reputation on Twitter amongst Liverpool fans of talking absolute bollocks. So the Liverpool fans will probably believe me, innit?
I'm not going to go into reputations because you'll get cancelled if I tell you the reputation you've got. Liverpool fans, they love me really. They love me. Really.
Yeah, they do.
Inside, they do. I've got a soft spot in their hearts.
Do they really?
Yeah. Especially after the Klopp news and the Salah news, I was like, And now, Jude, I've got like, here's a lot of pressure on me. I'm not gonna lie. This could make or break me. I'm getting up against a juggernaut in Man City here. Come on, let's be real. So when Jude signs for Liverpool,
wow, he said when.
One of us going to be a one of us is going to be a humbler. That's what I'm saying.
If Jude ends up signing for City, I know what you're going to do. You're going to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" again, innit?
And if he signs for Liverpool,
Well, if he signs,
Why do you not explain that?
If he signs for Liverpool, Big Steve has to be back on that very. I don't care if it's 7 of us. He's got to be back here that very day. You know what I'm saying? Can't be.
Well, I'd want Hugh in there as well because Hugh's talking in the WhatsApp group as well. So
can we get a forfeit here, please, as well? Can we get like a who does what if Bellingham signs for? So if Bellingham signs,
I'm backing any forfeit. I'm backing any forfeit.
For the shirts,
Steve.
What?
Oh shit! We're each other's shirts.
You're not really real rivals anyway, so that's not going to stick.
I ain't wearing none of that shit is ever touching my skin. Ever.
I knew it. Steve would never do that.
Oh my God.
There's no chance.
Yo, it's not even that deep, man. This is your
bridesmaids.
It's the scouts of
bridesmaids, man. This is your bridesmaids. Just wear the top.
I can't. You know, I can't afford a Man City top, so I wouldn't wear that either. So I don't know, but any other forfeit within reason.
We'll do some.
I'm gonna laugh if he ran.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. If you sign Jude Bellingham, yeah,
no, but it's got to be both of us do it.
I will buy you the full Liverpool kit with Jude Bellingham's name and number on the back. And if Man City sign it, you can buy me the full kit with Jude Bellingham on
Beautiful.
the back.
That's a wonderful.
Yeah. We don't turn back. We do what we say. That's a
wonderful bet.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Wow.
And just because we like that, we'll pick one of the supporters, yeah, a City or a Liverpool fan, and we'll buy them one as well. How's that? One of the chat, yeah. We'll take one out of the chat.
Lovely.
We'll do a draw or something. We'll do a draw or something.
Yeah,
and
we'll do
put them in
that.
How's that?
Nice. We've got a deal, it seems. Bellingham, let's see who he moves to in the summer. And like Tob said, it's about us going live when the news breaks. And it's not only for Bellingham, but you know, we have plans to do that as well moving into next season. When news breaks, we aim to talk about it together as a collective. Obviously, we've all got our individual channels, but we're hoping that we get this big six to a place where we're all prioritizing this. And when news breaks, we break it. When there's a watch along to do, we do it here, and so on, people. So make sure you subscribe to the official channel because a lot of big things are coming. Good.
Do you know what? Let us know what you want us to do. Give us ideas. What do you think, guys? They should tell us what do you want to see.
Yeah. In the comments section.
What do you want to see? We're looking to go to the next level now. Exactly. Let us know in the comments what you guys want to see.
Yeah.
Me and Steve are doing the FIFA. Have you told them about that? Me against Steven. Have you told them? Yeah. That's gonna be. Yeah. FIFA's gonna be sick, man. Well, I'll learn how to play the game first.
Be like 5.
City and Liverpool, yeah. City v Liverpool, 2-legged affair. I will bottle it at Anfield.
You're fucked. You're fucking a 2-legged game. You should have one off.
To Anfield with chest.
Get the points away. People, listen, 58 minutes in already. We haven't even discussed the World Cup, so we are going to move on to that. We've already passed 1,000 likes, but we're far from 2,000. So if you haven't hit the like button, hit it now because we want to get to 2,000 before the stream ends. Like I said, subscribe to the official channel. A reminder to subscribe to Steve. It's been a while since he's been on the show. And the rest of them, as usual. SAEED, MATISSE, TOBS, GRIZZ, THUGGEry. I see him in the chat as well. He's cooking away. I'm sure he's got a lot of content from the last 5-10 minutes on Bellingham to feed him till the end of the season. And then, he's already actually messaged me on WhatsApp. But I won't tell you what he sent me because it'll be a banger if it happens. It'll be a banger. Either way, Man City or Liverpool, THUGGEry's eating well tonight. So show him some love. His channel is going to be back in action consistently soon as well. So make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. And Steve, you started off the show with the England talk. And I think, we might as well start with England now. We're on to the World Cup. They got France next. They disposed of Senegal in pretty easy fashion. I thought it would be a lot tighter than it was, but got the job done.
No, it's been a good tournament for England. Obviously, the first game, everyone got a bit excited. The second game, we stumped the gaff out. People were calling for Foden and changes to be made. We've done that. I said it at the beginning of the tournament that if he lets the players play without the shackles on, we've got a chance against anybody. If he makes the wrong decisions and worries more about the opposition than worries more about our guys, then we've got a problem. And I think at the minute, he's done all right. I was one of his biggest critics. I didn't think he could make the big calls when it counted. Now, we've got to go to France. Playing France, They've got Mbappe, superstar. You know what I mean? We all know about that. But they're not the greatest France side in the world. Rabiot, Giroud, you know, they're not the greatest. England can win that battle in midfield for me. Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Henderson in the midfield can get about them and win it. And he's got to keep his bottle. He's got to play Saka. He's got to play Foden. He's got to play the same side. And at the end of the day, we've got a great chance. I'm going into the game confident. It's France, but I'm feeling confident. And look at England's squad. Look at the players on the bench. Look at how many times he can change it. That is where Southgate will be judged. Elite managers know when to change games at the right time. And that is where I think in the past tournaments, he's come unstuck. He's shit himself. He's been more worried about the ball going in our net than the ball going in the opposition net. I hope he's learned his lesson. And look, we've just got to get behind him. It is what it is. Senegal and no mugs, full of energy. They had the two best chances in the first half. Yeah. We were camped in for 30 minutes, passing it backwards until Jude Bellingham decided he was taking the game by the scruff of the neck, leading the charge, and everybody went with it. Phil Foden's been done well when he's come on. One-touch football from Phil, not holding the ball, dwelling on it, nipping it about, and he just seemed to up the tempo. So look, I'm a proud Englishman. Me and SAEED have watched every game down at Manchester in the fan zone. The atmosphere is growing every week. Look, we've got a chance. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we're going to go there and do this. I'm confident we can win, but it's going to be tough. But it's not the greatest French side. Speaking to Parisian Londoner, he's French. He's not overly convinced by it. I don't think they're a bit scared of England, which in the past, France have not been asked about England. No. They've wiped the floor with us. But listen, we've got a great chance. Southgate's got to stick to his nerve. The boys have just got to keep doing what they're doing. And I can see England winning it. I can.
Do you think that you think England need to open up more to win it, or do you think the same kind of football that's being played?
I don't think they'll open up. I think you're going to see a cagey 45. I think it's going to be very, very passing into midfield. Declan Rice knocking it back. I think Kyle Walker's got a very important role to play in this England side. If he gets too carried away up the pitch and Mbappe and they break on us, we're going to get caught. So Kyle's got to be disciplined. I think Stones and Maguire have had a good tournament together. I think, you know, they're doing okay. I just think that midfield battle, I think our midfield is better than theirs. I think we've got a lot of energy in there. And it's if they've got the balls to win that ball and go forward instead of backwards. It's all right winning the ball, turning it, passing it back to Maguire. We ain't going to get anywhere. They need to gamble. They need to thread them balls into Foden, into Saka. And we need to put France on the front foot. They've got to be brave with it. We've got to be brave. You want to win the tournament, you've got to be brave. It's all right being cautious. It only gets you so far. And then in the end, you fall flat on your face. We did that in the World Cup and we did it in the Euros. Should have won the Euros, World Cup, obviously different. But now we've got a chance. Get France on the front foot. Let them worry about us. And hopefully we can do it.
I think Foden's critical, man. He was the one that played that back heel that created that first opening for Kane to put Bellingham in. Most players are passing that back to Shaw, passing it back to Maguire. The whole attack's dead. The first 15, 20 minutes, just England just passing it side to side to side. No one wanted to take any risks. So I agree with Steve. I think if they go back to a back three and they go with, you know, over defensive mindset with a double pivot, like he went with Rice and Phillips the last tournament, and he went with a back three, and you know Trippier was at left back at times on the left side. If he goes and you know shrivels up into a ball and he gives France the possession and he you know just says, listen, you guys are the better team, then I think England will be in problems. But for me, Harry Kane, even though he hasn't scored many goals, this guy is absolutely vital. I was surprised he didn't take him off earlier against Senegal, like actually just rest him, because if he was to ever get injured, I don't know. I know Callum Wilson's a good player, but this guy is just the way he drops in, the way he's able to stop the runners. Yeah, man. Like the way that first goal transpired, you wouldn't want any other player in any other role. You know, Kane being able to play that through ball, Foden with the flick, Bellingham and Henderson as the runners. You really wouldn't want it any other way. But both teams are critical in transition. I think whilst everybody's talking about Mbappe and obviously Giroud is the all-time leading goal scorer, Griezmann in this tournament has been ridiculously good. And the guy is playing like a box-to-box midfielder. Not a 10, like a box-to-box. And he has just been, you know, he's causing problems. And I think if people sleep on him, I think Dembele, he can't finish. So he's just a creative monster. You know what you're going to get with him. But Griezmann could do anything. So I think people need to watch out for him because he is a problem as well. To be fair,
I think with this game, it's actually I actually agree with Steve. I think England should have no fear heading into this match. Of course, the Mbappe factor is the Mbappe factor, and he's literally got the Midas touch right now. So he's going to be a problem no matter who you put him up against. But I think England have probably more at their disposal when you look at the attacking options. Mbappe is Mbappe, but when you look at England's attacking options on the whole, they have way more options to change a game than France do.
Yeah.
And I think, again, like Steve said, it's all about how the manager utilizes this squad. Don't play with fear against France. It doesn't mean that you should make it a basketball game and let Mbappe have free reign, but there's got to be some sense of responsibility within your tactics, but there's also got to be some sense of bravery to recognize the weaknesses that the opposition has. Steve has spoken about the midfield, which I think if England can get they can definitely outmaneuver France in the midfield battle, despite Tchouaméni actually having a good tournament. But for me, I'm looking at that defense. Everyone's talking about what Mbappe can do in transition. What England can do in transition to that defense is very, very scary. Like whether they play Pavard or Koundé on that right-hand side, Foden, Grealish, Sterling, Rashford, take your pick. Either of those four wingers will kill Koundé on that side. If you look at the right-hand side as well, Theo Hernandez, he's excellent going forward, but he's not really known for being like a strong defender. And I think in 1v1 situations and with him combining with Mbappe and getting caught up high up the pitch, there could be space for Saka to play into. So, yes, of course, they got Saliba.
Are more worrying, England's or France's?
Pardon?
Which fullbacks are more of a worry? England's against France's wingers or France's?
When you say worry, do you mean as in like negative? Like which?
Well, because Walker's obviously not the Walker of old. Obviously, he's got,
I think it's
a few more years in him.
No, it's France. Let's look at ourselves. Dembele and Mbappe, they said they're the best in the game. But like I said, it depends on what we do as well, going forward as well. We can peg them back in. So, they might just have Mbappe on the outlet and not really have much else going. So it just depends on if we push them back. But again, on the break, they're deadly. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we've got to work on what we know best rather than just almost like, looking at Mbappe and thinking, so many amazing players. We've got quality. Like Toby says, our backup, Maddison. You've still got Grealish on the bench. Imagine having Grealish when there's 20 minutes to go. Come off the bench.
Kyle Walker and Henderson have changed the England dynamic for me. Walker now, you've got in your head that if they break on us with pace, we've got a chance with Kyle. And Henderson, a lot of people were slagging him when he first got in, but I tell you what, he's disciplined. He keeps them young kids talking, and Jude Bellingham feels like he can break free and have a go forward because he knows Henderson's clever enough to slot in the back and make sure we don't get countered. Jude Bellingham led by example. He was rattling in the tackles. He was winning the headers, second balls. He was pushing it forward. And you see the link-up play between the young lads. It's all one touch. It's all one touch. He's zipping it into Foden at pace and he's flicking it into Bellingham, one touch. We did a couple of moves. I think it was against the USA where I think Walker and someone else, they did this one-touch passage of play and someone got in and had a shot. And that is hard to play against. And when England are ticking like that, they're enjoying the football, we're as good as anyone. When it's very slow and laboured and everything's going backwards and Declan Rice is shitting himself and passing it back to Maguire, that's when England need somebody to spark it. And that's why you get Harry Kane dropping so deep because he's getting no service. He wants the ball. But Jude Bellingham's key. France will know that. They know he's on form. Henderson, he deserves to be in there the way he's playing. Fair play to him. And Foden. I'm looking forward to the game, man. This World Cup's been brilliant. A great game. I really enjoyed it. Morocco, the scenes for Morocco. Someone asked before about what I think of Morocco. I think it's brilliant, man. I think it's brilliant. It's proper football. It's great. These nations that aren't expected. It's good, man. Just got to enjoy it, man. It's a celebration of football. And, sick of being negative with England. I watched them against Germany at Wembley a few months ago. And if you'd have asked me, they'd be playing France, I'd have thought he was mad looking at the shit they were serving up. But, Gareth again, he's serving it up.
The thing is, though, both teams have not played anyone serious.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that's the unknown, isn't it? That's
It's
what
the
we
Mbappe factor, though, man.
Yeah,
It's the
that's what I'm
Mbappe
saying.
factor.
That's why I have them as slight favourites, because Mbappe looks unstoppable.
Same.
Have him have a quiet day.
Man City's played Paris Saint-Germain 3 or 4 times in the last few years. Kyle Walker always does okay.
Yeah, but the difference with this Kyle Walker is that he's not been playing consistently recently. So for me, he's going to be a little bit rusty.
Let me tell you, Kyle Walker will love that challenge, mate.
I know he will. I heard him in the press conference. He sounded like he wanted to kill him. But Mbappe right now is the most informed player on the planet. And for me, do you know what it is? Yeah, I watched him step and then leave a man on the floor and then come short. He's not just running in behind, It's not always going to be a foot race. He's going.
I've often said
the 10. He's going to play. He played the pass for Giroud for the assist. Like
I've often said Kyle Walker is underappreciated. Like I've often said it. Like years gone by, I've said like this guy has been underappreciated. Like in terms of the stability he brings not only to England but to City. But, and I think you'll admit as well, Steve. Last, I don't know, 6 months or so, Kyle Walker's not been that same Kyle Walker. And of course, naturally so. He's not as young as he used to be. But these niggly little injuries that have kept hampering him.
But Kyle Walker got roasted against St. Maximin at Newcastle because Pep Guardiola was telling him to play as an inverted fullback. He kept coming inside in the midfield and he was leaving 7 or 8 yards on St. Maximin. So every time they broke on us, Maximin looked like he was burning him off, but Kyle was too far away from him. So he back and played him as an out-and-out fullback, and he was touched tight to Maximin. He never got near him. So this is it. It depends how Southgate plays him now. If Southgate tight to him, he's got to be within striking distance. He can't
not only touch tight. I think
if he gets touched tight, he's going to get killed.
No.
I'm sorry. I watched England. I watched England in doses against Senegal, and Senegal were jugging for the first like 30 or 35 minutes. And England, to be honest, England were fortunate that Senegal didn't take. Do
you know what it is? Shall I tell you? In my opinion, what the key.
Walker was dodgy. Sorry, Walker was dodgy. Walker was dodgy. The defense, Maguire was a little bit dodgy as well. So, boy,
in my opinion, the key is, in my opinion, it's not the one-on-one situation because Kyle Walker can get sucked into just if you give him a job, he'll just do that job and then he'll forget the positional play around him. I think if you put Kyle Walker as an orthodox fullback against him and say, look, fucking put him out of the game, I think Kyle Walker can do that. But don't attempt to man mark him. Don't go touch tight on him because the way Griezmann's playing it, this is key. I think Griezmann's been so important for them, and that's where Declan Rice's job is, and Henderson's is going to be so vital because Griezmann's got a free role now. Tchouameni and Rabiot basically play as a double pivot, and I think we're not even talking about the other side. Like I know Shaw's improved. Yes, but Shaw and Maguire against Dembele and
mate.
It's the reality. It's going to be a great game. It's
going to be a great game.
Because on the other side, we're hyping
it's going to be a great game, but I think Southgate's going to try to suck the life out of the game. Like he reverts to like.
That's my problem. That's my problem. Yeah. If he does that, that'll be it. As soon as they see the starting lineup, I'm either going to be buzzing or I'm just going to think he's done it again.
The only way he's changing it, and I did suspect this, but I don't think he will if he changes the formation. Exactly. But I don't think he will. I think they're playing so well. They're playing so good. The confidence has to be high. And it's the first time France are a little bit rattled by this England team. Who said it? One of you said it. Normally, France don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. But the first time they're a little bit rattled, and why? Because of the young blood in this English team up front and through the middle.
And also, there is quality there, man.
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean.
On the bench as well. France's bench.
Does anybody know if is Sterling back?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's not. But I don't think he would start. I think they would now start with Foden and Saka.
No, for sure. But what I'm saying
another option, for another option.
Yeah. We're touching on France as well, I guess. You know, on a previous show, I mentioned how I think football's fallen off over the last 20 years. But you see Mbappe, he's a player that he knows the platform he's on. Like, in his first World Cup, I mean, back in the day, you used to have a few nations with these players that when it's World Cup time, they really turn it on. And Mbappe's that guy. Like what he's doing,
bro. The way the ball came across, I thought he killed the attack because he was so calm and like lazy about it. The confidence going through this man's veins is something else right now. The way he was just receive the ball, stand there. All right, cool. Everybody good. All right, everybody take their positions. You're ready? Okay, top corner now. Against the goalkeeper of the tournament, by the way, in Szczesny, who's been ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Like he's been keeping them alive. It's the only reason why they came out the group stages. Yeah. He has been just like the finishing to put it in the top corner consistently like this is nuts. He's not playing around, man. He's not.
I think with him as well, yeah, like you can see why he was a little bit upset at the fact that
he wasn't playing on the left wing.
He wanted to play him striker because I feel like he sees himself as the next. He sees himself as the next up, right? You had Messi, you had Ronaldo's, you had Neymar's. Like he sees himself as the next up.
Yeah, but when he plays forward, you kind of just like simplify his game, like he's just a runner.
Exactly.
And look how much more he has to offer. He has so much more to offer.
Exactly. What I'm saying is, you've hit the nail on the head. Like Messi and Neymar, you give the ball to them, they make stuff happen. He wants to be that player, and I think when you're looking at him for France, he literally is that player. He can create, he can score, he can do you on the outside, come on the inside, bro. He's scary. He's absolutely scary, and it's not for the first time I'm going to say it. I think we did I can't remember what we did a stream on my channel a while back, and I said it like a couple months like this guy, he's the best player on the planet. He's the best player on the planet. Nobody can tell me otherwise right now. He is the best player on the planet. He is.
I think that Barcelona performance at the Nou Camp, that was the moment that day where I thought, okay, cool, he's probably the best on the planet right now. When you lift them up, I thought, okay,
absolutely
cool.
Scary.
That's a bit mad.
What can he not do? This is the problem, man. And you know what the thing is here? That game was frustrating as well. He kept doing a lot of things that were bad, and then all of a sudden, bang, he turned into life. Bang. If
Dembele could finish, I would really be pushing it towards France. I'm not going to lie, because Dembele puts himself in some great positions, but this guy can't shoot. He scuffs at it all the time. So,
but it's what he does off the ball, though. It's what he does off the ball. You know what I mean? He creates space, bro. It's just.
But I hear all that, and I agree with you guys, because Dembele, for me, when he was coming through, I said talent-wise, he's in a par with Mbappe. I'm telling you now, before like his injuries and whatnot, he was crazy in Dembele. But I think we're disregarding, or maybe we're slightly underestimating the England lads as well. Like Saka's been so good.
Saka's not been great the last 2 games.
And Foden, the way he stepped in, and he's you guys know what I think of Foden. I think Foden is world class already at that age, and his game intelligence is so underrated. And we've seen the form Jude is in, and Harry Kane's been getting a lot of criticism from, I don't know, you know what it's like. International football becomes tribalism. Yeah, it becomes tribalism, isn't it? You got people that are supporting their clubs talking about Harry Kane, but Harry Kane is the first name on the sheet for me. You put Harry Kane in that team, and then you build around him, because up here he's too much for anyone else. And look, Varane and Upamecano may have the physical attributes over him, but I tell you what, if they switch up, he'll be a menace to them. He'll drag them there, he'll drag them here, he'll drag them all over the place. And I'm sorry, French fans, if you're out there, and if you get offended, but they're not as smart as him on the football pitch.
Last point I want to make.
If France are smart, they'll start Konate. And even then, Harry Kane back. But if they're smart, they'll start Konate, but they're not. They're going to start Varane, and they're going to start Upamecano. And I think Harry Kane is no spring chicken. Like, he knows what he needs to do in that game. He knows what he needs to do. Simple.
Last point I want to make is on Toby's goalkeeper, Lloris. This guy, I'm watching this guy. This guy can't play out from the back at all. He is going to cost this France team. I'm telling you, he's going to cost them. The way
set pieces, set pieces.
To be fair,
England set pieces. England will score from a set piece.
Man. He's worrying me. I'm not going to lie.
Toby, man, don't let him disrespect your goalkeeper after the shit show his goalkeeper's putting his
I can't believe that he's talking. His first choice didn't even make it to a Spain squad that's got Unai Simon playing regularly. And his second choice,
Saeed didn't even make the provisional, man. I won.
gifted Senegal there. I mean, Netherlands.
They can hold that.
Spain didn't even make the provisional, man. I won. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
and Spain are
we
out
all
anyway,
won,
so
man.
fuck Spain. They are
Exactly.
out of the tournament. So one
Spain, man.
and their
That's what
decisions.
they deserve, man.
That's what they deserve for their dead decisions.
Get out of here, man.
They didn't even bring GRIZZ's Thiago as well. GRIZZ's Thiago.
Man said practice 1,000 penalties, you know. 1,000 penalties.
I knew. I think everyone knew as well with Spain. Everyone knew with Spain because it's like
poor, man.
Before we move on to Spain, let's do the England-France predictions so we don't kind of lose the track of what's going on. I've got Hugh's predictions in. He said 2-2 England-France. Steve, where are you going with?
I think 2-1 England.
2-1 England. SAEED?
I'm going to go with 2-2.
2-2, yeah?
Yep, 2-2.
GRIZZ?
Oh, it's gone.
TOBS?
Yes,
I'm going for 2-1 France.
2-1 France. Matisse?
Yeah, 2-1 France for me, man. Mbappe.
2-1 France. I'm going 3-1 France. We'll wait for GRIZZ to come back. But like I said, Hughes predicted 2-2. Let me get the super chats in while we wait for GRIZZ. Vedant says, great to see you, Big Steve and the rest. The watch along would be an absolute madness. Love for that, my guy. Like I said, official channel, Sunday, 18th, watch along World Cup final. Be there. Jude seems properly rated, but many are misprofiling him. It feels like perfect Klopp player, though.
I agree. I agree. I think a lot of people were, because of his size, they want him in the first phase, and I think he's best when you want him deep because you do want him carrying the ball. But for me, he's a proper box to box. He's not someone that. This is why when he started playing off next to Rice, I was a little bit concerned that he wouldn't get them the opportunity to showcase what he's been doing at Dortmund, which is getting in the final third and actually scoring goals or assisting. Because Mason Mount was in the team and he was the guy that was pressing from the front. Now he's brought Henderson in. I think the balance is better because now he's really got the freedom to just go. So, yeah, I think there's a little bit of misprofiling, but he suits Liverpool down to the ground. Like, literally perfect player for Liverpool. Couldn't get any better.
Cool. All predictions are in. Oh, sorry, not predictions. The super chat. Sorry, Steve. I was the one who commented average players, says Kevin, on your recent Insta post. My notifications are filled with angry Manchester City fans now, all 13 of them.
Cheers for the super chat.
Cheers. Robert says, is it just me or is Jude overhyped? He's a counter-attack CM. Can't unlock a low block. He's a Rabiot with a British passport. Pedri, Gavi, way better centre.
I'm not sure about that Gavi one, but Pedri's better for sure.
I do think
they're different players.
Different position, man. Yeah, you can't really compare them.
I do think that Jude is a little bit overhyped, man. I do.
I hear you.
But and I don't say that to say that he's not quality. I think he is quality, but I think people are.
But that's down to the people, though.
Talking him up. But he's streets ahead of Gavi. He's streets ahead of Gavi.
I think it's the price tag. It's always going to be the British tax because everyone's seen it. He's worth 120 million. Everyone knows he's a good player.
I think if you play a quick transitional high tempo game, then you're going to get the best out of Jude because he's going to carry it. He's going to skip past people. But if you play like this guy's saying, if you play, a methodical, low block, and you're asking him to pick through the lock, I don't think he's got that yet. Or at least I haven't seen it consistently because, of course, the Bundesliga is open sesame. So we're not going to get to see it, are we? So he might have it in his locker, but we just ain't seeing it because of the league he plays in. Maybe there's just too much space. So I don't know. I do think he is a little bit more of a transitional kind of player. I don't think he's got everything sorted. Like, I don't think he's generational or anything, but he's doing well, man. He's doing very well.
Class, yeah.
Yeah, I think too much time we with these young players, we try to pick the faults instead of actually just praise what they're good at. Which is when he's at that age playing at this level, you just have to give him his flowers. Like if he was 28, 29, different conversation, but he's young.
Yeah, man. Just enjoy it.
She says, as a trio, Jude, Foden and Saka are better than Pedri, Gavi and Fati. England should hype their youth up more. Serious crop. Tobes, Gavi thoughts, 3 stinkers after Costa Rica. Save that, Tobes, for the Spain talk when we get into it. Just remember that he asked you about Gavi, but I'm sure you're touching on him anyway. Big Ash says, you guys can really go down the Sidemen route, but for football. Get that official channel, Cooking Turkish. Big up and love from Morocco. Love, my guy. I know you're enjoying out there, man. Congratulations. And we're going to move on to Morocco next for sure. Regine says, love Walker, but the thing is, Mbappe isn't just a pace merchant. The guy is Usain Bolt with Brazilian feet. He has the skills to put anyone on their bum. What's this? Says, Turkish.
Oh my god, they caught me when I was trying to mimic Matisse. Oh my days! Wow.
How did he, bro? Did he just obviously took a screenshot, innit? Yeah.
Took a screenshot. Yeah. It's,
Turkish.
Shit. Yeah, you're finished, mate.
Why
do you keep doing this to yourself? Honestly.
I was taking a piss out of you, but now it's backfired on me.
Split second, he forgets that.
Bro, he doesn't remember, bro, what he's doing. I love it. He keeps doing it.
He says, Turkish, how did you get that closet Arsenal fan TOBS to go on supporters club? He was waxing lyrical. That's the good twin, my guy. That's the good twin. They got tossing. Adam says, did Man C booth out emasculate Llorente on national TV? That skill was mad. Big up all you, man. But streets are talking and they're saying Mbappe over Henry already. Listen, it's not insane. Yet. For me, not yet, but it's a
I know what street is.
It's not a conversation.
I know where that street is.
He has to come to a top league and do it consistently in a top league. It's all good and well, Paris Saint-Germain, and obviously World Cup is the top level. It's the highest, platform you can do it on, and big him up for that. But he needs to do it in a top league. And to be honest with you, the only top league there is now is Premier League. I mean,
man.
You look at the state of La Liga, Mbappe is going there to shut it down. You look at the state of Serie A.
Yeah, but you're saying he needs to do it in the top league. He's literally making a mockery of the biggest competition in football, the World Cup. This is the second time he's done it. His Champions League goal to game record is nuts. He's already bland Bayern. He's bland Barcelona. Like, he's literally dunking on every single stumbling block you put in front of him. So for me, I think the Premier League stuff is overstated, man. Yes, okay, cool. You're not going to get as much ratings playing in the French league, but when you're seeing what he's doing against some of these sides in the so-called stronger leagues, come on, man.
I think there's certain players that enter a certain level where you just by default assume that they would wrap up the Premier League. Messi never come to the Premier League. Ronaldinho never come to the Premier League. I know the times have changed, but even Haaland, he's come over here now and he just shut everybody up. I think there's a certain caliber of player where I'm like, do you know what? I want you to come to the Prem because I do want to see the evidence, but I just kind of just going to write him off and say, do you know what? They probably would wrap it up because how could he not? If you see him up against, I don't know, who's at right back for, Bournemouth or whatever, bro, it's just lights out, man. It's going to be long. It's a long day.
Grizz, you missed the prediction for England-France. Where are you going with?
Oh, isn't this the one where we sent you in it? Or is this something different?
No, this is different, bro.
Nah, that was the top 6 stuff you sent me.
England, France. Yeah, I think this has got the potential to go all the way, man. Penalty shootout. 1-1 full time.
Wow.
1-1 full time.
Yeah, this is going to be sick.
Just to round off the prediction, Steve has gone 2-1 England, Hugh's gone 2-2, Saeed's gone 2-2, Grizz has gone 1-1, TOBS has said a 2-1 win for France, as has Matisse, 2-1 win for France. I've gone 3-1 France. That wraps up England versus France and the super chats as well. Cam, get out of here, but it's uncomfortable. You got Henry's name in your mouth a lot recently, my guy. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to. He's close to my heart. But yeah, we move. Morocco.
No, big up Cam's, man. Finally going to Old Trafford. I know it's been a lifelong dream. I've seen it on his Instagram today. He's always wanted to work for the club and that. But fair play going to Old Trafford, bro. I know it's far London and that. And I know you're a United fan now. You're doing well and working at Old Trafford. But as soon as you lose next week, you won't be a United fan again. Innit, Saeed, innit? Tell him.
No. Cam's the United fan, man. Leave him alone.
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
Imagine, Saeed, imagine supporting United all your life, man, and you're stood outside in the freezing cold rain getting bare abuse. And he supports Man United whenever he wants, and he's in the executive lounge eating cookies.
You're fucking around. I can just imagine now Cam's in the box just eating shrimp, fam, just watching Saeed taking the hits for the block.
He's shivering outside under the statue, getting bare abuse.
Chilling next to Harry Pinero, just watching Saeed like, it's a long day, bro, for you.
Long day.
Cool. Considering the time, hour and a half, I want people to get the likes up to 2,000 now because it's a World Cup show and we've managed to do an hour and a half without even finishing up on the predictions. But I was going to say I want to whiz through the predictions, but that would be a disservice to Morocco. I think we're touching on Morocco now and obviously their result, their fixture, and then we'll whiz through the rest of them and we'll talk about them after the quarterfinals are done. So Morocco knocked Spain out. Another game, no goals conceded. Have they only conceded an own goal this tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want the own goal, yeah.
They just defend for their lives. I watched it.
Yeah.
They are just their lions, man. Like the way they defend like as if they concede, like it's over for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like it's nuts. The two centre backs, I don't know if they're fit though for the next game, which worries me because I know one of them had to wrap their hamstring up in some string, and the other one, Aguerd for West Ham, there was talks about him being out as well. So I'm not sure whether they're actually fit, and if they're not, that's a big blow because they've been insane. But Amrabat in midfield, I know everybody's talking about him. He deserves a lot of flowers now because there was a piece of skill I saw him doing extra time when everybody was dead out on their feet, and I said, where did you pluck the imagination to still do that? Do you know what I mean? Like nobody has any energy, and you're still doing this. I think he plays for Fiorentina.
He does.
Not for long. Not for long. Do you know what I'm saying? Not for long.
Last season.
Yeah, crazy. Man. Yeah, he's had a great tournament. He's had an insane tournament. But Enrique,
it's crazy, man. It's a spirit.
Do you know what? We'll get into Spain. Let's give Morocco their
No, we have to give Morocco their credit because for me, they defended well. They had the better chances as well. They could have won the game. That's what's crazy about it. It's that striker that came on.
Sabiri, right? Sabiri?
Yeah. Bro, who is the striker that come on and fluff?
I don't know, but he was.
I was not happy with him, man.
I know, man. He was awful, mate. But for me, Morocco, they should be proud, man. Like I said, took out Spain. You know what I mean? And just the whole fans. You get me? I think they've been the best fans in the tournament for me. The way the atmosphere that they build, the togetherness in their team, the coach, I think has been amazing as well. Ziyech looks like a new player defending. Hakimi, though, man, to do that Penenko, to win the penalty shootout, mate. And I just think for me, whatever happens after this, like I said, for me, they should be proud. But Portugal, let's say I think the centre-back situation is a big problem because Saiss and the other guy has been instrumental in their kind of defense. And I know, GRIZZ, you've talked about their centre-back pairing, but for me, man, enjoy it, man. And for me, big up to Morocco, man. But Spain, hold that.
I'm like some of the things. Some of the things that you hear about sort of the arrogance of this manager, man. Like, I don't know if you call it arrogance or that's his style. Like, of course, big up Morocco first and foremost. They were ridiculous from a defensive point of view. It's not about just parking the bus. Like the way they counter-attack teams and the energy and the organization, the concentration you need against a team like Spain. It's like playing Man City, but obviously without the cutting edge, where they just pass, and one lapse of concentration or one error can lead to, fatal mistake or whatever. They did not make a mistake. Obviously, in the last second when that guy hit the post or something, Sarabia, yeah, that's the only lapse of concentration. That was in extra time. Those two centre backs, Aguerd and Saiss, and I said it at the start. I said they're going to be the talked about centre back pairing because they were ridiculous. Did you see the guy at the end who wrapped up his hamstring? His hamstring was falling off. Yeah, have you ever seen anyone wrap up the hamstring? Like, yo, don't give up on me now. We only got a few minutes out here. Stick with me. It refused to go off. So that's why I think I feel for them in the next round against Portugal, innit? Because Portugal looks strong. But against Spain, Luis Enrique, I said it at the start of the tournament. I said, look, everyone's hyping him up to be this super coach. Yeah, after Klopp and Guardiola, everyone's saying, yeah, it's Luis Enrique, the next, big thing. I said, I need to see it. And I didn't see it. Did you guys see anything special and different? I didn't see it. All I saw is Morata, as I don't rate him anyway, but he's the informed striker for Spain. He's a target man. Every team in Europe, club or international, have gone with target men. Haaland, they bought Haaland, we bought Nunes, Lewandowski's still doing things, Kane for Spurs. Every major team has got target man. He went with who? Asensio, who's hardly played for Madrid. And if he does, he plays on the wing. And he's got Dani Olmo and Ferran Torres. Steve will tell you about Ferran Torres. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to. Those three will not win you a fucking World Cup.
They're too similar, man.
Morata's in form. He's scoring goals as much as he's a confidence player. You're taking away Morata's confidence. You're fucked because that's all he's got. Matisse will tell you that. That's all he's got.
They haven't got the fire. They haven't got the firepower.
They haven't.
I still wouldn't trust him. I can't lie. I said it at the start of the tournament. I don't trust their strike.
Football. Yeah, they can keep football. They can pass it around well. That's great, but you need an end product. They haven't.
It's actually boring.
Took out Rodri, which is one of the best DMs in the world, and they've played him at centre half with Laporte. So they're struggling at the back. So you've instantly weakened your midfield for me. Because in games against Morocco, where you're fighting and you're out fighting, for me, you want Rodri in the middle, winning them key battles in the middle, giving you the ball back and going. He didn't.
But I thought that was a problem.
Morocco outfought them. Morocco were on the cusp of a wave. They've got the fans behind them, the nation behind them. The players are fighting out the skins. We've seen it in tournaments over the years. Roger Miller, Cameroon team, they had the same vibes about them. They were just going for it. And Morocco, they're just going for it, man. Fair play to them. But Spain, looking at that team, there's a bit of potential. Obviously, Pedri and Gavi and a few youngsters coming through. We get that. But when you've got Morata still up front, leading the line in a World Cup, you've got Rodri playing at centre-back. Nah, man. It's not
I think he prioritized possession too much.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't have enough. He didn't have enough risk takers on the pitch because there was not one player on that pitch that could go past someone in the attack. It was Asensio in the false nine, who's there for possession reasons because he's not a striker. He doesn't even play for Real Madrid. So that's
what does he do? You say he's there for possessional reasons, yeah?
But I think he's just there to just.
What does he even do?
Bro, he didn't do nothing, bro. He's just probably just there to drop in.
He drops in the pocket.
He's just there because he's got a good left peg. Like Asensio.
But like Williams was a threat when he came on. Williams actually caused problems. He was
even next to nothing in general play, and I think obviously it's a shame because Ansu Fati's had a lot of like injury problems over the last year or so. But for me, he's their best wide option. Like there's nobody in that Spain team I want playing that wide for me. More than Ansu Fati, if I had his selection.
Yeah, but he hasn't had enough game time, so you can understand.
That's what I'm saying. So he's not had the game time. He's not had the game time. But that Nico Williams, he should be coming on way earlier. And I think with Spain as well, like every single person and their dog could predict what was going to happen in this match. Spain keep possession, and they come up against a side like Morocco, who have been defensively stern, and we know that's their kryptonite. If you remain compact, you remain diligent in your defensive structure, and you actually have the bravery to hit them in transition, they're in problems. They're in problems.
You know what it was?
It's a big issue for them.
But I think Spain is stuck in trying to recreate the Xavi and Iniesta moved on.
It's tiki-taka attacks.
Yeah, it's not going to happen now in this era now. Like I said, pace, power. You need decisive players at decisive moments, and for them, it's just side to side. I'm bored watching Spain. It's just pass it there, you pass it there. And when you said bring Rodri into midfield, I don't think it would have made a difference because they still had the ball. It was about beating Morocco, who was in a low block. Right? How do you go and change it? They brought on Soler. They brought on so many similar players. So I don't know what they need to do for next Euros or whatever. But I'm telling you what, man, that Spain team.
They need to find a striker. They need to find a striker. They literally, that's all they did. Well, I think they will develop. I think Gavi and Pedri will develop. Busquets will retire. Rodri needs to fucking go back in midfield. That was wild. Absolutely wild. Not to play the best DM in Europe, not in his position. That's the sign of arrogance. He didn't even know, apparently in the press conference, he didn't even know the Moroccan number 8's name. He goes, who's that guy that played number 8? And they went, I can't pronounce his name properly. And they were like, yeah, what a wonderful player. Is he how can a man not know? Like, you're international manager, you're playing a team for the place in the quarterfinals. Have you not done intel on every single player and know his weaknesses and strengths? Never mind, who's that young player they brought, like who's playing in the because everyone was talking about Amrabat and there's another one next to him, but there's a young one, 22-year-old, and he didn't even know his name.
Yes, bad. And man needs to stick to doing Twitch streams, innit? You know what I mean? Because he's always on Twitch doing sort of streams about tactics and all that, mate. So stick to Twitch, and you'll be better on there, mate.
Listen, the bag on Twitch could be good for him, man. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it.
Going back to Morocco, I think you always need that story in a World Cup. I think they're the only ones with that story that's left in it. But a World Cup's always, you'd like to see the biggest and best players, but them sorts of stories are always nice to see during the World Cup as well. And someone mentioned the fans and how good they've been, how vibrant and the atmosphere and so on. That comes with maybe a lack of expectation and more riding the wave. And I look, maybe Croatia as well, but Morocco are really the ones that have been the surprise package this whole tournament. And to be in the
Croatia are not really surprised. They're always here. So it's mad, but they're actually always in the latter stages.
Japan, though, man. Fuck, that penalty.
Japan. Yeah.
Me and Steve could have done better than penalties. You know what I mean? We could have blasted it in the net. This idea that you run up like that in this, bro, just blast it. But apparently they're waiting for the keeper to come out. You just know, smack that.
I don't know who took the worst penalty, Spain or Japan. Honestly, who took worst penalty?
Japan.
I don't know, man.
Spain were bad.
Spain were bad as well, but yeah, they I think they was equally as poor. But let's get into we started with Steve last time. Let's start with Grizz this time. Grizz, Morocco, Portugal. Actually, we didn't even touch on Portugal, but Portugal, all of a sudden, 6-1 win against Switzerland. Ramos gets
Ronaldo in it.
No Ronaldo. They look a lot more fluid. Leao comes on and bags one.
Yeah, Portugal. I said it. The moment they drop that fraud.
Oi, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
The Ronaldo fanboys are going to come after you after this, They're a strong army around here.
Can't say that.
Strong army.
What's going on now?
You can't say that about the GOAT. What's wrong with you? Calm down. You want the haters are going to be in the comments, man. Relax. Calm. Big stand base he's got. Big stand base. Relax.
Yeah, look at the effect it's had on Man United. Look at the effects it had on Portugal. Portugal, for me, without him on paper, are probably a stronger squad as anyone else.
Yeah.
Like if you look through that spine, the amount of players of quality they've got, they didn't even pick like Paulina out of Fulham, Ruben Neves, Cancelo, Rafael Leao.
Bro, Cancelo was on the bench.
Nuno Mendes, who I think is one of the best young fullbacks. He's injured.
Guerrero's doing decent though.
Guerrero's a good player.
Yeah, but he's not patch on that young lad.
No, he's not. Guerrero's still good.
He's a
great finish for his goal. Great goal.
And the point is, they're looking strong now. So yeah, look, I think Morocco have been heroic, absolutely heroic. But I think Portugal prediction 2-0. I hate to say it, man, because Morocco have been the dream.
The centre backs are tired.
That's it, man. They were out of it, man.
Yeah, they're tired, man.
They were out of it.
2-0. TOBS?
I'm going for 2-1.
2-1 Portugal. Matisse?
I'm going to go 2-0. I think they'll fight, but at the end, Portugal will prevail.
What did you say, 2-0?
2-0, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Portugal. Hugh has gone 3-1 Portugal. Steve?
I'm going to go 3-0 Portugal. I backed Portugal beginning of the tournament, 16-1. I actually backed them, and I backed Ronaldo.
That's it. They've won now. They've won.
I'm just back to Portugal. People, I was on the World Cup show that I was doing for FanFest, and when I said the first show, I backed Portugal, everyone was laughing. I was like, nah, man, look at the team. If they all click, and like you say, the managers had the guts to drop Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's becoming you know what? He's a legend of the game, but he's just becoming like a petulant child now, and he's becoming hard work. And then
he's not aging gracefully, is he?
Just drift off into the game. What I said the other day is, for me, right? Ronaldo should go to Sporting Lisbon, yeah? Go back to Sporting Lisbon, your home club. Take your family back to Portugal. Live out with your mum and your family and all that. And then get involved in Lisbon in some way. If they can't afford to pay him the big dough, give him shares in it. Let him get involved in the club. Let him be an ambassador. Just live gracefully in Lisbon. He should be at Lisbon, attracting every young Portuguese kid in that country that's got an ounce of talent. He should be gobbling them all up, putting them in Sporting Lisbon Academy and saying, come and play for me here. And that's what he should be doing.
The end of his career could have been so different if he'd done exactly that last summer, literally.
It's sad to see. Listen, Ronaldo, me and Ronaldo, I've got nothing. I've got respect for the guy. But obviously, when he signed for United, I told you what was going to happen. You know, Lampshade boy was swinging in the fucking car park. I told him to calm down, and look how it all ended. But at the end of the day, it's not doing him any good. By the way. It's not doing him any good, is it? You know what I mean? But
I think he's going to go to Saudi Arabia, man. He wants that last paycheck, and you know what I mean? He'll probably take it.
It's mad that a player of his stature though is going to end their career in Saudi Arabia. I agree with Steve. I've been saying Lisbon for time.
Do you know what they sell in
It would be
Sporting Lisbon?
wonderful.
Why is it mad though?
No, he deserves the money. No, don't get me wrong. He deserves the bag. I'm just saying.
Toby, you was in Lisbon.
He's going to be
Lisbon. I was in Lisbon watching City. Toby went to Lisbon. They sell Ronaldo shit in the Sporting Lisbon souvenir shop there. They sell Ronaldo stuff there. He's loved there. It's just for me. I just think, you know what? You got nothing else to prove. All that is doing, you're making a dick of yourself. Go back to Lisbon now. Smash it up a bit over there and do that. And you know,
I don't even think the manager wants him though. The manager said, you know, for me, we're not looking to get Ronaldo. He said it in summer, but it's not our aim. So I don't think he wants him. I don't think he wants the problems, man. It's the problems that come with it, man. He wants to be the manager. So
wait, who said that?
The manager last season was asked about Ronaldo. He was like, no, not for us.
Which manager? Lisbon.
The Lisbon manager, yeah. Everyone was basically flouted around everywhere so we could get a club.
When you can't go back home to your hometown, you know you've lost.
Yeah, I think for me, it's Saudi Arabia. Go get your last paycheck and then, you know, live your life over there, man.
Do you know why I say Lisbon over Saudi Arabia? Because I still want to see him compete for maybe that Champions League place, you know, Europe. He still can do it, just at a lower level, you know, in the Portuguese league. I think it would be perfect. So to still play to the highest level for himself. So I think Saudi Arabia now has gone all the way to the other end of the spectrum now, where he's literally off the grid, and I don't think he should be off the grid. I don't think he's
Saudi Arabia football though. They're decent, man. Listen,
they're decent, but no one will be watching. That's my point. Do you know what I mean? The cameras aren't gonna be on him for the European.
One thing he'll get from that is, you know, he's a headline man, and he wants to be relevant in the headlines. And if he takes that deal, then end of 2023, he's on top of the Forbes list in terms of sportsmen, probably.
Yeah,
true,
absolutely.
You know,
look at the way boxers going out Saudi Arabia and that, so it's, you know,
for his ego, you know, it is what it is. SAEED, last but not least, your prediction.
Listen, I want Morocco to win, but for the purpose of the prediction, 2-0 Portugal.
2-0 Portugal. Cool. All predictions in. 2-0 from SAEED and GRIZZ. 2-1 from me, TOBS. 3-1 from Hugh. 3-0 from Steve, and 2-0 from Matisse as well. Sorry. Cool. Because we're now 45 in, still 4.4K here. We're going to whiz through the other two. Well, I said the other 4 results and the 2 fixtures coming up in the quarterfinals. Where do we start? Netherlands,
Brazil, Croatia,
Brazil.
Go on, Brazil, South Korea. They beat them for 4-1, 4-0 at half time. Croatia got through on penalties. Croatia, Brazil next. Matisse, you start us off with this one.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew Brazil were going to do that in it. So South Korea, it was sad. Do you know what I mean? No one needed to see that, but it was going to happen. So Neymar's back. I'm happy because, you know, I think it's always good if you're going to have a Brazil successful team potentially and win it. I think they were my favorites, and Neymar has to be a part of that. If he was injured for that, that would be sad. Do you know what I mean? I think he was injured for the Copa America when they won it. If he was then injured for the World Cup and they won it, Jesus Christ, how unlucky can you get? So, yeah, man, I'm excited. Brazil. I think Brazil will win this because Croatia, again, they've taken it. They had to take off Modric, cover all the midfielders, Perisic. It's an old team. I think it's the oldest starting 11 in the knockouts was the statistic when it came out. So that doesn't help. Extra time and all these things. So penalties. I think Brazil will wrap them up. I'm going to go with 2-0 as well for that.
2-0 for that one, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Croatia, in my opinion, lucky to be here this time. Not the team they once was, aging squad. Brazil disposed of South Korea pretty comfortably in the first half. I expect the same again against Croatia, if I'm honest. Japan caused problems, so Brazil should be causing a lot more. I think it'll be more than 2-0, so I'm gonna go 3-1 Brazil, because I think Croatia got enough to get a goal out of them. But yeah, 3-1 Brazil. Hugh's gone 3-0 Brazil. Steve?
Yeah, I think it'd be 3-1 Brazil. I think Brazil are playing well. They're looking strong. Croatia look a bit leggy to me. They look a bit old now. I think they've had the luck of the draw coming through. So, yeah, 3-1 Brazil.
3-1. Same as me, SAEED.
I'm going to go with 2-0. 2-0 Brazil.
2-0. Same as Matisse. GRIZZ?
I'm going to go with 3-0.
3-0, same as you. Tobes, wrap it up.
I'm going with 3-1.
3-1. Cool. That's all the Brazil-Croatia predictions then. Apologies if there's any Croatians or Brazilians watching thinking, why ain't you talking about us more? We're already 49 minutes in, sorry. We're touching on that fixture in the next show, which is after the quarterfinals. I believe the next show is Sunday. Yeah, I think it is Sunday. So look out for that Sunday. We're live. And yeah, we move. Before we move, actually, I forgot some of the super chats. Wolves F1 says, looks like Spain is the noisy neighbor right now. Big up Paul Tierney as well, always here, as is Wolves, sorry. Okay, Spain penalty takers practice though. Did you not find it weird, cowardly that the best bar Busquets didn't take a penalty? Or perhaps harsh?
I think it's whoever in the moment feels confident, isn't it? That's how it tends to go.
Yeah. Big up Paul, I hope you're good, my guy. Big Six about to be slammed by the mighty Piers Morgan.
Hey, listen, I'm sure we would all happily go over to his show and do a little debate. 6 versus 1, we should be able to take him, right?
Easy, man. Easy. Cool. Last but not least, Argentina made hard work of it in the end against Australia, but if Martinez could finish, then Messi would have had a couple of assists next to his name as well, and that game would have been wrapped up. And Martinez has been shocking overall this tournament, similar to Tobes. I mean, I've backed the guy, and he was someone that I wanted previously at Arsenal. I'm not saying he's a dud just off the back of the World Cup, but what I'm saying is he's let the team down. But Argentina have got to where they've got to. If he does find his shooting boots, then he can help them kick on as well. And I think he needs to, if I'm honest. On the other side, Netherlands are kind of going about their business under the radar. Was it a 3-1 win? Yeah, it was a 3-1 win against the US.
Yeah, defense is strong, man. They've conceded 2 goals. Netherlands, they look decent at the back. They're very efficient. Transitions, they're very efficient. The way they move the ball,
Depay.
I'm still not convinced. I think you're right. The defense has held up. Van Dijk and Ake have been really, really, really good, in my opinion. Timber, he looked shaky against Ecuador, but I think he's looked a little bit more resolute since. But I'm still not convinced, man. For me, I expect Argentina to win this game. I really do.
Argentina haven't been convincing either.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They haven't.
And now that Depay is back, I feel like Depay makes this Holland team way more unpredictable. Because before it was just Gakpo or bust. Before now, last game I didn't even really notice Gakpo because it was Depay that turned up.
Depay coming back is definitely boosting them, because obviously he was there around, but he was injured and then he wasn't really fit. But I feel like he's sort of feeling much fitter. But the reason why I say I'm not convinced by Netherlands, and when I look at Argentina, is Argentina dispatched of Poland. Like, that should have been a cricket score.
Australia,
Australia, though. If Martinez could finish, he would have had a hat trick.
Yeah, exactly. They had the thing is, Argentina have some hairy moments, and the PMP is something that they struggle with. But generally, for me, they've looked more convincing than the Netherlands, man. It's just a
Messi effect, in it. I think Messi is going to be the difference. That's what I just think. Julian Alvarez, for me, needs a special mention. I think this guy is bro. They need to start him, man, because for me,
the Argentinian fans are calling for Alvarez to start, but the Argentinian manager's only got 2 options. He starts with Messi, and everything goes through Messi, and then he starts to get a little bit flat near the end. If teams to shut out Messi, he brings on Alvarez as a spark. So Alvarez comes on, starts pressing, running, ragging everyone around, dragging everyone about, gives Messi more space. That's the Argentina way. To be honest, Van Gaal is getting a tune out of Holland. They're very efficient, doing what they're doing. And Van Gaal's a tactical guy, so he'll have plans in place for Messi. So you might find that Holland frustrate the life out of Argentina. I don't think it's as easy as the Argentinians think. So for me, I think it's a tough game. But Messi's on one. He's brilliant still, like you say. But Holland, they might not have the most flattering players when you look at previous Holland teams, but they're doing a job, and Van Gaal's got them ticking over nice. So don't be surprised if Holland win that.
That's what I'm going to say. Don't be surprised.
For me, right? You see this whole Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe. Somebody in this quarterfinal, someone's crying here. Someone's going home earlier than expected where people don't want to see it. But I just have an inkling that it actually could be Messi. As much as I want him to win this World Cup, I don't know. This game's too finely poised. I think Brazil have it handier. Portugal have it handier. France, we've spoken about it as a tough game, but I have to go over a little spoiler. And I think Messi, man, it's sad, but I think this might be it. I'm not gonna lie, this might be the one.
No chance. Messi's going to the semis. No chance.
No one likes to hear it, Tobes, but bro,
Messi is it, but Argentina.
Messi's going to the semis. Positive reinforcement. Messi is going to the semis.
You got to respect Van Gaal, tournament man.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's true. It's true. Say what you want.
Smell it from here,
this Louis Van Gaal, man. If you look through that Holland team, I'm not joking. They're very, very normal. They're very normal. Take out the big dog, Virgil. The rest are just very normal.
You're funny. This is his first tournament.
But it's Louis. It's Louis Van Gaal. Louis Van Gaal is a fucking. He's got that aura about him. You know that manager. And it's gonna be.
Man, Louis Van Gaal.
Yeah,
Louis Van Gaal's army.
Remember that?
You're not supposed to say that shit. Literally, Toby. You go for it. You let him say it. You clip the game.
Now you never walk alone, you know what I mean? You should be singing, man.
But I think this is gonna be. I think like the England-France game is going to be high tempo, quick. This one's going to be one of the slowest games, pure tactical, waiting on moments. I can't call this one. Is it prediction time?
Yeah, let me start with
I think it draws for me.
3-1 Argentina for me.
Oh shit! After everything I said,
I just think it has to click. I mean, if he starts Alvarez, cool. If he starts Martinez,
fraud.
Is Di Maria fit?
Oh, which Martinez?
He should be okay.
Martinez can't be as bad as he's been so far. I mean, he has to have a game where he kind of.
You're right, but I don't know if. Yeah,
he's a waste man. That Martinez. If they play him, they're finished. I want them out if he plays.
Hugh has gone 2-1 Argentina. Steve, what are you going for?
1-1.
1-1, 90 minutes. Cool. Saeed?
Same, 1-1.
1-1, extra time. GRIZZ?
I'm going to go 1-0 Argentina.
1-0. Quite one low scoring. TOBS?
2-1 Argentina.
2-1.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Matisse?
Like a little sing-song, don't you? She come to DR Sports. No, I have to be the party pooper, man. And I want Messi to win it, but I'm going 2-1 Holland, man. Okay. Someone's crying, man. This quarterfinal.
Someone's crying for sure, and it's not my goat.
It's my goat as well. That's why I don't like saying it. It's easy to back your goat, innit? Because everybody thinks I'm a Ronaldo hater. So it's easy to back your goat, but I just have a feeling, man, that bad things are coming.
That's all the predictions in. Let me just check. We're on 1.6k likes, people. So make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. The poll, I'm going to end the poll.
I want to see that table.
Yeah.
I want to see that table, you know. Give that table up,
oh shit! Look at the way he says that. Man.
No, the way he's asking.
Why do you think you're smart? Why do you think you're so clever?
Give that table up,
man. We saw it last show. What are we going to see? The table every show.
You know what I mean?
Don't be immature.
No, I'm going to bring the table up, obviously, but give me a chance to. I haven't even rounded up the show yet.
Bring up the table, innit? Just like that. Bring up the table,
innit? Man. Let's be done with it, man.
Listen, I'm going to round up the poll first. So the World Cup final watch along. I asked you guys if it's something you want to see from the Big Six on the official channel. 3.7k votes all in. 88% has said they want to see it. 11% can fuck off. I don't know what you're doing here.
What are you doing? You dickheads. What are you doing?
The haters are going to hate. If you don't have haters, you're not doing shit right. So you know how it goes.
That's a strong percentage.
How's that work out?
That's a lot of people.
We're going to give them offended, and they clicked it wrong. We're giving the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, they probably didn't want to see me naked with a shaver, so.
Well, that wasn't included in the poll. But here's what it is. As Saeed said, it's time for the prediction table. I'm going to bring up the prediction table before the last 16 first. So this was after the group stage. And after the last 16, it's looking like this.
Long. Oh, I didn't move anywhere.
This guy wanted to see the table.
Oh my god, I thought I didn't know, you know.
This guy, you know, you're funny.
Oh, that's an
He said, "Oh, I don't know."
Oh shit!
Oh my
I
god.
got a correct score though, I
No, what?
Yeah, you did get a correct score. I think.
So
I
what?
think
Hold
What,
that.
you want 68 points for one correct score? How
No,
many points
but
do you want?
I didn't know if anyone got correct score.
He wants man.
Saeed,
Who
you got
got
two
correct
correct
score?
scores.
Anyone get a correct score?
Yeah, I got a correct score as well. We both got the
Turkey
1-1.
smashed it. Turkey smashed it this week, man.
See,
Nah,
I
Saeed got
need
9
France to
points.
win the World Cup. I can't lie. I need France to win the World Cup, man.
For everyone that's listening on audio platforms, Toby is still in the lead, 37 points. Hugh's next up, 34 points. I'm in third place, 33 points. GRIZZ just behind on 32 points. Saeed with his 9-point haul is on 29 points, and Matisse is at the bottom with 24 points. There we have it, people. All
Can we say what teams we got left in
what we got
the other
left, man?
sweepstake?
Talk to
Yeah,
us.
who we got left? Because that's where I get to enjoy life.
Talk to us. Talk to us.
What we got left?
Turkish. What's the scene?
Cool. I'm gonna bring it up right now. So in terms of the sweepstakes,
Huey's still got 7 teams in there.
in terms of the sweepstakes, I have still got England, and that's where it stops. I've only got England left. Hugh has Brazil and Portugal. So Hugh has 2 horses in this race.
Fucking hell.
Saeed has Netherlands. So Netherlands for Saeed, only 1 team left. GRIZZ has Argentina, and that's it.
Yo, one of you two are finished after this round.
I have no teams, I think.
TOBS has Morocco. TOBS has Morocco. So he's still got 1 horse
Fire in
the
their
race.
belly.
Matisse has France and Croatia. So Matisse and Hugh with 2 teams left apiece. Everyone else has got 1 team. And
All in on France, man. All in
Huey,
on France.
man, he got Portugal and Brazil, and then the opposite side of the group. So he's guaranteed. Well, we don't know if he's guaranteed, but yeah, the chances of him having at least 1 team in the final.
It's pretty high.
Listen, we did the draw, man. That's the game. The game's the game.
Game's the
Shut
game.
up, man. That was no draw. That was pure.
Man said, "Hey, respect the draw, man. Come on, man."
Respect the process, man.
That was Man City's cup draws, like, man.
Nonsense.
That was like how Man City's cup draws come, like, man. You know what I mean?
I don't think Hughes even sent me the money for that yet, but yeah, I'll talk to him after. Let's round it up here, people. 2 hours and 1 minute. Listen, come on. If you don't hit the like button and show some love, if you don't go over to the official channel and subscribe, if you don't subscribe to Steve right now, Saeed, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, Skull, Thuggery, all of the team, then I don't know what you're doing it, because you need to support the man them. 2 hours on a World Cup show. We are back Sunday, so make sure you guys are there. It's the first Sunday we're ever doing on the Big Six, but it makes sense. It's in between the end of the quarterfinals and the semi-finals starting next week, so we'll be back to discuss that. Any Premier League news, we'll discuss that too as usual. But love for the love, people. Hit the like button on your way out. We're calling it a night. Have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. We're out. Peace. Don't forget, World Cup final watch along, official Big Six channel. Steve, love for the love, my guy. We'll see you again soon. Peace.